There's a lot of decisions you have to make when you have a baby. And the one that I feel the most comfortable and safe making is using Huggies for our daughter, River. The new Huggies Skin Essentials are here. A brand new dermatologist-approved line of diapers, wipes, and pull-ups training pants are all designed with baby's sensitive skin in mind.
Their wipes have 0 harsh ingredients for a great, gentle clean.
The Skin Essentials diapers features the Skin Protect liner, which is what helps take care of the ick and stick that can cause rash.
Their whole diaper helps protect against the top 2 causes of rash by managing moisture and runny mess. Pull-Up Skin Essentials has got your big kid covered too with a training pant that is ultra soft and breathable to help protect sensitive skin throughout potty training. Learn more at Huggies.com. Once again, head to Huggies.com to learn more. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick. We got the household with us. We're back in the studio. Unfortunately, vacation is over. I missed the lake. I am so sad. I am having lake withdrawals. It was so nice. Baby, we had such a good time.
No, it was so nice. It is also nice to be back with your own stuff. I took the longest everything shower last night.
What is an everything shower?
You do everything. You shave the leg, you shave, you do a body scrub, a hair mask.
This is common with the women.
Yes,
everyone knows
every Sunday.
I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I do an everything shower.
I feel like I do an everything shower too every time I shower.
You take a 5-minute shower every morning.
How long is your everything shower?
Oh, long.
Like an hour?
Love to save water, and I love that I'm saving water in California because we are in a drought, but kind of long.
So
there's a lot of stuff I have to do.
We have all the appropriate green stuff. But also, it's long.
We're eco-friendly, but it is long.
But that's what an everything shower is.
Exactly. That's why you do it once a week.
Yes.
You get it all out of the way, and then the rest of them are short.
And sometimes the water's not running the whole time.
You turn the
off
shower?
Yeah, sometimes.
My
I don't
roommate
know,
my roommate does that.
Yeah, I turn off the water sometimes.
To be
And do what?
friendly for Mother Earth?
Yeah, no, just when I'm shaving, I turn off the water for a second.
But how do you
rinse
get
off the
that
razor?
seems-
Yeah. How do you rinse off the
Do you
razor?
not just get a shiver of coldness?
No, I just take a break and then I turn it back on.
It is proven to
But
save
when
a
you-
lot of water, actually.
Oh,
But
I do not doubt
Yeah.
it does that. Yeah.
But when you turn
it's
it back
definitely smart.
But when you turn it back on, is it cold?
For a second.
Yeah, there's a disruption in your
Yeah, I feel like this is ruining the
whole point of an everyday.
spa
Yeah, spa.
But otherwise, the hot water runs out.
runs out.
Huh?
Oh no.
Where do you live?
No, if it... I do
water
need to
tower?
change the water valves. You guys, I've been living in my new place for over a month now, and our water valves still need to be replaced, and my shower doesn't get hot.
Oh, no.
Well, that's convenient for the summer, though.
No,
So
it's-
you turning off the shower
Wait.
is a new thing.
Sorry.
no, I've always done that.
You
but-
don't use hot water in the summer?
I feel like I use it less. I value a
Are you
cold
taking
shower in
cold
the
showers when you're hot?
Well, after
Yeah.
a run,
Mm.
for sure. You wake
No.
up and cold shower that
summer.
shit?
Absolutely not. But it is good for you to do that.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the cold bath plunge guys out there. I'm like,
No.
yeah, cold.
As much as I crave a cold shower when I'm hot, there's nothing that is going to make me take a cold shower.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'll
no.
skip.
But you will turn the water off while you're in the shower.
Yeah, no,
And
but
shave your
when
legs.
I turn it back on, I'm not standing in the
No, for
cold.
sure.
I'm just standing on the side, wait for it to get
The
hot
fact that you have to
again.
get out of the way and
Yeah.
turn it on just so you don't get the blast of cold. is-
It feels like more work than just leaving it on. I'll be
Leonardo
honest.
DiCaprio would be proud of you
He would.
for saving this
Yeah.
earth and water. You are a saint to Mother Earth.
Well, I don't know.
How's your unborn child doing?
Huge?
They said River was huge too.
How did? What
I
did
think they
say?
said she was going to be 8.5 pounds.
We thought we were maybe having an alien.
Well, they also were like, her head is massive.
They're like,
And I
she's
was
a huge bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I at my last appointment, they were like, this baby is weighing in the 99th percentile for
99.
weight. 99.
They said River's head was everyone said it was massive, and then it turned out to be average.
But
At least
also,
when
I
she
do
was
look
that
at it at
happens.
certain angles, and I'm like, maybe it is a little large.
No,
But it is Nick's head, so of course
Yeah.
he's gonna,
No, I was a big baby, so I was expecting this, but he's already 7 pounds.
See, they said River was 8, and she
Yeah.
showed up at 6.
And you're getting induced, so I feel
Right,
like
well,
it'll
that's
be
why.
because he's
Because he's huge.
yeah.
She's like, I am gonna we're gonna go early. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So wait, back to everything showers. Other than shaving, what is an everything
I just
shower?
said it's a hair mask, a body scrub. You do all your face, you're exfoliating, you shave everything, you do body oil. Like it's just you do everything.
And your everything showers, Justin?
The same. Like exfoliate
Absolutely.
near the bottom because I don't shave down there. Afraid of that.
You what?
Nair.
You what?
He
Nair.
nairs.
Do like a hair mask.
You
Wait, where are
nair
you
down
nairing?
there.
I nair down there. I don't.
You do?
Yeah. Which I know is ballsy, but like
Lit-
sensitive nair won't burn you
literally.
if you do
You're
it.
afraid
Chemical
of
burn?
burns?
shaving down there?
Putting a razor down there?
But
Yeah,
Nair,
absolutely not.
like,
I'm
Manscaped,
sorry.
bro.
Stings.
Like, what's up?
That's
Manscaped.
true. I don't have one of them, but like a blade down there is
Just
scary.
wax.
Even
The
scarier.
Weed Whacker
Yeah.
5.0?
Yeah, they
The lawnmower.
Manscaped.
All right. Well, what we household headlines. All
How did
right.
we get here?
Because we were talking about the lake, and I was
Yeah,
saying
like it's-
I'm happy. I was happy to get home and take my everything shower and do my full skincare routine and like put my pajamas on and get in the bed. Get in our Helix mattress bed
we got a Helix.
with our Brooklyn
Ooh.
sheets. We
Oh.
did.
Yeah,
we
Helix
got
showed up.
A
we
new
got
one?
two.
Oh,
since
it
the
was
lake.
also great though. Like we actually had like a lot of friends come up. I felt like Nally and I were like family shopping, in a way.
What does that mean?
Well, we have River.
Mhm.
She's great. We've obviously talked about having more kids someday.
Uh-huh.
What does it look like? I don't know. We just started becoming parents, A lot has to do with Natalie's choices, when she's ready, if she's ready, yada, yada, yada. She did throw it out there that she was open to the idea over break. But then
I just saw a video of a woman with her newborn twins, and I was like, wait, she was literally, it was like right after delivery, and I was like, oh my God, I kind of missed that. Like, should we have another?
I was like, babe,
Whoa.
whoa. But I have a lot of hometown friends. They've had some kids already. And
Mhm.
so, like, one of them has 3 kids, one of them has 2 boys, and they're a little bit older. And so it was like, do we want 2 kids? What is 3 kids like? They have one family has their oldest is a girl. They have 2 boys afterwards, and like they kind of had them all at once. And it was more like we were asking a lot of questions about like how long did you wait? What was it
Mhm.
like? Yeah, we were like kind of like family shopping in terms of like like how do we want our family to
Well,
be?
yeah, because it's like, what's the ideal age
Yeah,
gap
we
for
did-
siblings?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, you want them to be close in age. Ideally, if you want them to be close, and then you don't know, like, the gender, and if that will make impact on how close they are. Also, one of my friends, I'm really proud of him. He showed up, Viall,
Mhm.
head to toe. I wore a lot of Viall at the lake. Also, guys, if you're listening, buy some Viall for the
Hey,
lake. If you're
Viall.
show-
Viall is
Seriously,
great.
or like, he shows up, he's a Viall king. So much that his kids are like notice that he wears Viall. And then he was like, "Oh, I forgot my gooder glasses." He has gooder glasses.
He definitely listens to this show.
I was gonna say, does he listen?
We got a Helix Max. He had something else.
Bubbly.
Oh yeah, he was drinking bubbly. I was
We're
like,
like,
I'm so
what
proud of you.
is going on?
He looked great though. I gotta say, he looked great in the Viall and the gooder glasses at the lake. I just
And he
This
was well
outfit is
hydrated.
brought to you by the Viall Files.
it really was. Anyways, Lindsay Hubbard's pregnant.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
love-
to Lindsay Hubbard.
Yay!
Yeah, all right, we're
love-
starting household headlines. Yeah, we're not-
Household headlines.
household headlines. Lindsay Hubbard is pregnant.
Can I say I called this a
Justin
month ago?
did call this. Justin, we're not one for rumors.
No, not at
on
all.
this show, obviously, because a lot of rumors, can be true. A lot of rumors can be false.
Mhm.
Justin came in guns a blazing when, well, you tell the story. It's
Like
your
a month
story.
ago.
Yeah.
Because like I don't believe in spreading rumors either, but this rumor was like too good not to be true, you know?
Okay.
So basically they announced
Okay.
the Traitors cast and we saw that Sierra was on it. So a lot of people were like, this is random, why is Sierra like the
Which-
summer house representation?
I didn't understand that, by
I
the
don't
way.
either.
I felt like I was like, she's as
Yeah.
good as
makes
anyone.
sense.
She's
I don't, but
like her and Wes, that was like massive.
Yeah.
But I get it in comparison of like Lindsay and Carl or Kyle and Amanda. They're like longer running and
You're saying
we're
okay. She
bigger.
wasn't as an OG.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you thought as a first summer house cast representative.
so throw like
of-
Lindsay or Amanda or Kyle in
I
it.
guess, but
So basically these rumors were
I still think
widespread.
Sierra's a star. Go ahead.
She is the star. So basically, there's these widespread rumors on Bravo blogs that Dorinda from New York Housewives told the producers that Lindsay was pregnant. She got kicked off the show, and then they replaced her with Sierra. So those are rumors. A Bravo source came out and was like, "There's absolutely no truth to that." But then Lindsay commented on a post of one of the rumors saying this was awful, super disappointing, and sad. So
Why-
basically,
What
Confirming.
does Dorinda have to gain from telling producers?
that's the thing.
she's
So a lot of
pregnant?
people are like, it was random that Dorinda was in the mix, but
I
then
don't think Dorinda did it out of spite. Dorinda is just a talker. She's in New York. upstate girly that's just like, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." So I could see her being like, oh, you guys put Lindsay on here, but I heard Lindsay's pregnant. Like, and that dropping the bomb, but not like.
Yeah. So Bravo is like, that's not true. Lindsay kind of corroborates that it's true. Then she's in Paris at like this restaurant drinking a drink. And the Bravo sphere found out that they went to the restaurant, found the restaurant, went on the menu. The only drink that looks like the drink she was drinking was a mocktail.
That
So
is some.
That
So
is
then
some
e-
sleuthing.
that is-
So everybody was like, okay, these
There's an
rumors came
invasion of
out.
privacy.
She made this comment and she's drinking a mocktail. She's pregnant.
That's gnarly.
And then she was on the Skinny But Not Fat podcast and she addressed the rumors, denying everything. She's like, I'm not pregnant. It's not me.
Well, that's
She
weird.
lied.
Which is
But
kind
you're
of valid though if she was earlier in the pregnancy.
Was she asked directly?
She was
by
asked.
Amanda?
Well,
Okay.
it was alluded. It was like there's rumors of someone being pregnant on your cast.
If she's not ready to announce, you have
Yeah.
to lie.
So that's
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
Mhm.
pregnant.
I gotta say though, Lindsay is nothing like Lindsay is a professional TV maker. It's not a coincidence that her announcement of said pregnancy is coinciding with the beginning of the filming of Summer House.
Mm-hmm.
Like she didn't waste the lead on anything other than her show. That's a professional. Good
Yeah.
for her. And then what she had a quote? His feelings are no longer my responsibility.
Yeah,
when
something
talking
like
about
that.
Carl.
Mhm.
Love it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see her because I know my hormones made me batshit crazy and like a little angry, and I just like
Activated.
cannot wait to see her even more
Activated pregnant Lindsay.
and then her be like, "Sorry, I'm pregnant," and they can't say anything about it.
Nothing. You really
No.
can't. I mean, they'll try.
No,
No, you
yesterday, Danny, we were supposed to go to Arts Deli for lunch, and then he changed the plan, and I started bawling.
Yeah, no,
I was
absolutely
like, "What's
not.
wrong with me?"
You had that in your head. You were prepared. You were like, "This is
Thinking
what I'm
about the
gonna get."
sandwich.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
started.
That first
I
bite.
lost it, and he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I really don't know why I'm crying."
Oh.
So funny. I was trying to think of like things that I got super upset over while pregnant.
You really weren't though. You asked me that the other week about like things that like that would be a perfect example. You never did that. Like you definitely had emotions, I guess, but there was never a moment where like, oh my God, what is going on? Where it was like, and you're like, I don't know. I'm just like, you never really had that.
I do remember, I think you said something one time like a little like snappy, and I was like, "Why are you being mean to me?" And
That
you were
might
like,
happen.
"I'm so sorry, come here. I'm so sorry." Like you're just so sensitive, and everything's like,
But that may have made sense because I probably was maybe a little short or snappy, and and most
Well,
of the
you hurt
time
my
you might not have
feelings.
thought anything of it. But it wasn't like, hey, should we go to McDonald's instead? No.
My
Yeah.
favorite, actually, I'll never forget the story of y'all in New York, and you wanted a donut,
"Oh my
and and you're like sitting at
I do
you're sitting at a
remember that.
table, and you were just like, I don't know, I'm hot. There's a bee that won't leave me alone. You won't feed me. And it was like, this is the
bee.
funniast rant.
we were at the
Bee.
rooftop of
Restoration Hardware.
Hardware, and she's like, I just want a fucking donut, and the service was not, it was fine. But
They were so slow. It was
They
one of
were
those
slow.
where like you're like, I have been sitting here with my napkin on my plate for hours. Where are you? And all I wanted was a donut, and I was
and
so
you're
ready
in
to
New
leave.
York, and I went on like Instagram. Is there any good donut? We ended up at Dunkin' Donuts.
She was
Oh, I
like, this
love Dunkin'.
donut is shit.
I was pissed.
And Nick, so they said something like it was like that it's hard to find a good donut in New York City, and I was
Isn't
like,
it?
how?
Yeah.
That's what I was shocked.
Literally, how?
But there wasn't a like.
Go to a bagel shop, a cookie shop.
we
Dunkin'
were
Donuts.
looking them up. We were sitting there. We were reading reviews because I was like, I don't want to be let down. Like I want
A good
a
donut.
good donut, and then
I'm like,
I was
all we
let
have
down
is-
anyway. So like we should have just gone to a
Anything-
bakery.
And the only thing that was close was Dunkin' Donuts. This was when she was sick, when she was nauseous, and we didn't have time to get into like a cab or an Uber
Or walk a
or
long
walk
time.
or
yeah.
a Subway 15 minutes for a donut. No, we needed one immediately.
Now
It was the funniest rant.
I forgot about the bee. There was a bee that like wouldn't leave, and I was like, "This fucking." I was like, "Nick, you have to kill this bee
Oh.
because I will not survive." Oh yeah, that was fun.
Anyways, that's gonna be great. Like professional, she's showing up. Summer House.
How does that work though? Because it's always drinking and partying.
I mean,
So she's just there, and then her mystery boyfriend, is he part of it?
Yeah, he is mystery, right? We
Yeah.
just saw his hands in the pic.
Well, think it's like a perfect match for her too, because it says that he's a high powered profession. He's a doctor that invested in bioenergy, I want to say.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to be in the limelight. So I'm like, biotech investing.
This is like perfect for Lindsay. I
Perfect
feel like
for
it's
her.
so much, compatibility.
Yeah.
I will get into it later when we get into Love Island USA, the new best show on television. It's so fucking good. It's
love the new best show.
I'm not trying to get ahead.
Justin was like, I can't believe it's every single day. Like, that is insane. And I was like,
That's
I
what I
fucking
thought.
love it.
Yeah.
I
But
do
it's
too.
like it's
It's a
every
little too
night.
much.
You know what you're
you get-
watching.
It's not too much.
I
for
thought
me,
it was
though.
too much too, and then I was like, I can't wait for the next episode. Oh, it's out today. Oh,
True,
there's one out
yeah.
tomorrow. Oh, yay, yay.
Like, it's one thing to binge, but when you have to keep actively like re-binging, I'm like, oh my God.
No, when
No,
we're
It's addicting though. It's
It
addicting.
is very addicting. And no, objectively, it is a lot given how much TV
Yeah.
we watch in general. And for something like
care.
that, it's fucking crazy. But not to jump ahead.
yeah.
But compatibility, like Lindsay should never have like been dating a Carl. Again, Lindsay needed a finished product. She needed a guy who was like good. He wasn't figuring his shit out. He's made his investments, whatever. Maybe a little older. I don't know if his age was the important part, but like, yeah. And like Carl, good for him. Figure himself out. Start an alcohol-free bar, failed, start again. Maybe Carl just has a lot more trying and failing before he finds his thing. We all have to trial and fail, and Lindsay just didn't have the appetite for that.
I also love that her announcement was a Clear Blue brand deal.
I peeped that too.
Keep it consistent.
She
Get your-
waited
get your
specifically.
bags,
She's like, who
sis.
can I?
Yeah.
Get your bag.
An absolute professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Carl needs a hawk Tuah. I think
He
that would
probably
solve
does.
I
his
love
life.
Justin's transitions.
He probably does. He probably hasn't had that ever.
No.
Are you guys familiar with Hot Tuah? Everyone's familiar
Everyone
with
knows.
For those who
Hot
don't
Tuah.
know, though,
She
is
was
she?
a lady in Nashville doing some man on the street work. Well, someone else. I don't know who did the man on the street.
Yeah.
A show, a
She was
podcast,
interviewed.
some guy, a comedian, whatever. She was interviewed. How do you turn a guy on or something?
So basically, the interview asked her, like, what's your best, like, sex advice or tip? And she basically said, you got to hawk Tuah on it.
got a hot tool on that
And
thing.
spit on that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I bet like you do a really good impression of it. Or something.
I think
Chambliss. We get Chambliss to call.
we do need Chambliss to do it. He thinks
Natalie's best friend, bridesmaid, maid of honor, looks almost identical to the Hawk Tuah girl, and kind of looks and sounds like her.
She
Like,
does.
If
She does.
we could
sound
bring
like-
her on the show and say it's the Hawk Tuah girl, and 70% of our audience would.
I
believe
wonder.
it.
Let me call her and see if she'll say it real quick.
Yes, hello, yes.
We are currently live on the podcast, and I was calling to see if you could give me an impression of Miss Hawk Tuah.
Oh, God. She's like, oh, you got to give him that hot tour and spit on that thing. You get me?
You do sound just like her.
Thanks, Chambliss.
Okay, call you later. Love you. Bye.
Anyways, yeah, she's gone. Like the world's gone bonkers over this girl.
Yeah,
Like,
she's making appearances
I
and
am
selling
shocked.
merch.
What I mean, like
I'm
cute,
shocked.
funny. I didn't. The way it's blown up as much as it is. I mean, good for her.
I feel like this always happens like once every couple of months. There's like some random meme interview, something that goes absolutely nuts viral.
What do you
and
think it is about this?
I think people love like a really thick Southern accent. I think
Mhm.
they're like
For sure.
entertained by that. I think she's really pretty. I think she's like she's saying to spit on that thing, and I think the guys are like, hell yeah, spit on that thing. Well, apparently she rakes in $30K for New York appearances.
That's
which
nuts if
is
it's true.
crazy.
Like, is she charging at the door?
She
or-
must have a team, Amanda. She has someone
She's signed
behind her.
by the Penthouse. That's her firm.
She signed with the Penthouse.
She signed with
Okay.
somebody
magazine.
and they're getting her some real deals.
Yeah, well, Zach Bryan brought her on stage. Shaquille O'Neal is giving her advice on how to deal with fame. I mean, she's living the life.
That is
How
pretty
did she run
crazy.
into Shaq? You ran into Shaq, didn't you?
Did you run into Shaq?
I've literally never seen that man once in my life.
Remember we went to Craig's Victoria Super Bowl weekend, and
Oh yeah.
did you say like Shaq sat down at your table? And when I was in the back talking to,
Oh yeah, he didn't sit down at the table.
Oh, you just said
yeah,
hi?
no, he just said hi. Yeah,
Of course, it was Craig's.
how do you forget meeting Shaq?
I don't know. I guess it just
yeah.
I don't know.
I found out I pronounced his name wrong.
How are you
I've
saying
been
it?
saying Shock my whole life.
Oh,
And now
What?
no one's corrected
Shock.
you.
Yeah.
Like Shaquille O'Neal. Shock.
wait, you just pronounced his last name
Oh,
wrong.
nay?
I know
Eh?
Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
O'Neal?
Shaquille O'Neal.
but then Shock. And then Sierra was like, why are you making him French?
No, truly. Why are you
I-
making him French?
I watch his speech about Kobe too many times.
How's my ass
What?
taste? That
No,
one?
no. The one after Kobe died.
Oh,
Oh my
different.
God.
Oh,
Very
different
different.
sentiment,
Very
yeah.
different.
Um,
Yeah.
But she did say she is not making an OnlyFans, which I feel like I'm sure there are so many, because you know all those like catfisher people who will like make an OnlyFans or make an Instagram account of like you and be like, here's my OnlyFans, like, you know, and it'll be like your spare page.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure she has so many people doing that
Probably.
right now.
Yeah, and a lot of weird guys.
Ryan
Ryan.
Anderson. Oh, that sweet soul. He's finding it difficult to stay respectful. And I feel like, have we been keeping up with our show, Love with Love After Lockdown?
We've
What's it
watched a
called?
few episodes.
I'm behind on an episode, but I feel like the online presence has increased, which
Ryan?
yeah.
I feel like it always gets so. Ryan says, Ken, don't let her fool you. She called me last Saturday talking about how she missed me and a lot of other things too. But I'm not going to go there because I want to be respectful.
Wait, you can't.
Yeah.
If you
went
want
there.
to be respectful, you're just gonna have to be respectful, and not say you're gonna be respectful. That happens.
It's
a
like
lot.
you can't say just, yeah, it's like releasing posting screenshots of text messages on your stories or like doing stuff like that. It's like he says, she called me last Saturday talking about how she missed me. Okay, well, you're already saying what the
Putting it out there.
conversation was. You put it out there. So you're already being disrespectful.
Right.
If-
Like he's saying he has receipts, but he's going to be respectful and not share.
he's
them.
only going
But
to
it's
give a
like-
little bit of the receipts. He's only going to say that she missed him, but none of the other
It's
stuff.
always the
Right.
part about that's just like like that validates him.
Yeah. I
She
like
called me. She showed me pics. She loves me. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, he was thrusted into the limelight. Didn't ask for this shit, unless you think he's in it for the fame.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying that like, oh, he asked for what's coming, that what came with it, but I'm also kind of like, it's a choice to start a relationship with somebody while in prison for a pretty big deal of a crime, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And knowing that there's documentaries, TV shows, everything else made about her, I'm like, you're not exactly naive to what comes with being in a relationship with her.
Also, has he released any receipts? Because he's been saying for a minute, I got receipts, but I haven't seen nothing.
I think he's been saying like, just wait for the show. I think a lot of it unfolds on the show.
Got it. Okay.
He's staying respectful.
Well, he's
Yeah.
also going on lives for
Maybe he's just being
hours.
respectful to Lifetime.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
his
know?
contract.
Yeah, respectful to his
He's
contract.
he's respecting his contract,
He's
but like
respecting that
other than that, he
NDA.
is.
I do know that they said though he's not going to be on the rest of the show because it's going to be focusing on her with Ken. So there's no
Oh.
purpose in them following him. So I'm wondering if he
Oh,
wants
he
to
got
release
bumped.
his own information because he's like, oh, as the story unfolds, I'm going to tell you what actually happened or like narrate from my point of view.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Getting messy.
did y'all see that Kevin Bacon, love and adore Kevin Bacon,
Loves being famous.
loves being famous. He was like, you know what? I want to be normal for a day. So he goes and gets prosthetics, right? He gets like,
Do we have a picture of what he looked like?
remember when
No.
Courtney,
We're trying
Kim,
to
and Chloe did this?
Absolutely.
Like, first of all, they look really scary. I don't know why they
Wasn't
don't
it
turn
just-
them into just like regular looking people. They like make them like,
They're like the people that you would avoid.
yeah.
I think he went to the Grove though.
He did know.
He went to the Grove. That is definitely, you're going to get noticed.
But my favorite is him saying, nobody recognized me. I had to wait in line to, I don't know, buy a fucking coffee or whatever. It was like, this sucks. I want to go back to being famous.
Valid.
We love a self-aware person.
Yeah.
It's valid.
He doesn't even want to wait in line.
Yeah, no. Why
No.
would you?
He's
think- do you
never
think-
waited in line once
Kevin just
in
like
his
walks
life.
up into a Starbucks, walks up to the front and says, sorry, pulls on his glasses, looks into their eyes, and it just assumes to be like, oh, it's Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
Well, he does have a
probably.
really recognizable face. So that was his whole
For
point.
sure.
I was also-
You ever heard of like 6 degrees or 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yep.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's basically, he's been in so many movies, he probably do it with multiple actors, but like you can get to any actor who's been in a movie with Kevin Bacon
Oh.
through like
Oh.
7 different
Yeah.
chances or
Mhm.
something.
And I also guarantee that Kevin Bacon probably has his own little boutique coffee shop that as soon as he walks in, the barista's like, oh, I've got your
Oh,
order.
yeah.
Hi, Kevin. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, don't recognize you and I have to wait in line. Fuck
and you
this
don't know my
shit.
order. I have to order from you.
And I have to pay. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What is one privilege you would want from the assumption you're a celebrity, that a common thing like waiting in line, or that you would
Mm.
never want to have to do again, or like that's worth being a celebrity?
For me, it would be free stuff.
For me, it would be someone like stores coming to your house and bringing like a bunch of clothes for you to just like
Mhm.
shop from your house, so you don't have to like go into the store.
Yes.
You know?
I'd never drive again.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
like
would
my-
have a personal chauffeur.
Yeah. Yep.
Personal chef.
Yeah.
Personal chef.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Whatever, I would have a personal chef or a.
I kind of like
Driver.
driving.
I'm
I
with
like
the chauffeur.
I like
I want a
I like
driver.
driving and like no.
Oh, I want to sit in the back seat.
Parking.
I
I
want
want
to
to
be
get
like
nauseous.
Parking.
oh,
Oh, the parking,
The parking.
for sure.
I like to drive, but I hate finding parking.
same.
So you want someone who just rides in the back seat with you and it's ready to park. They're like, all right, I got it.
That
and
would
you
be
just drop off.
great.
And then
Wait.
they bring it back to the front and y'all switch and you yeah.
Kind of like a valet.
no, not kind of. You literally just want to hire your own personal
no,
valet.
Personal
but then
valet.
they have to sit in the car with you. You
Right.
can't like ever be alone in your car and like jam out. Like they're always
No, they
sitting
drive
in the back
separate.
seat.
They drive separate. They tail me wherever I go.
No, they're
and
in
They
the
then when
park
trunk.
their car and then they walk
Yeah.
to me.
They leave their car in the middle of the street. They park mine, and then
Okay.
they can walk back to theirs.
Okay.
I have a good answer. AC. Like, I want people to know I'm coming so that they turn the AC on the highest they can. So I walk into a cool room.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
That's
Someone's
mine.
thought about being
I
famous
was
his
like,
own life.
okay, diva. That is
It's hot out here.
specific.
Well, can we acknowledge Justin's hair?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
our blondie.
Justin has
hair.
Justin went blonde.
Am I sweeter now? Do I look sweeter?
Do blondes have more fun?
Sweeter?
Yeah. Like with blonde.
Do blondes
Does he
have
get
more
an
fun?
extra sweet?
I've been obsessed with Camila Cabello, and she's blonde right now.
Did you like my
And-
comment?
I saw your comment on my post. I love it. I love it. But basically, I was like, crisis. Do I shave my head or dye it a different color? And I don't look good with a shaved head. So I was like, well,
why were those the only two options?
He wanted something different.
different. Because
Okay.
I've been a brunette for what, 23 years of my life?
I think you went with a good choice.
Thank you.
This is the obvious. It would have been foolish if you would have
Did-
shaved it first because you could always shave it if you didn't like the blonde.
Exactly.
Did Joe do it?
No.
I know.
And it doesn't look fried, right?
No.
Oh, she hesitated.
Yeah, you did hesitate.
She said,
You
It
definitely.
kind of does give like Schwartz when Schwartz went blonde.
yeah. I mean, his color is kind of what I wanted. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
want blonde platinum. I wanted like yellow blonde.
Did you take his picture to your hairdresser?
Absolutely
Did
not.
you do it yourself or did you go somewhere?
Hairdresser. Oh my God.
Okay.
No, because they had to bleach it
good.
twice and then tone it like
Okay,
twice.
Good. Good.
I was like,
No.
never bleach your hair by yourself. Never.
All right, our last household headline is new Illinois law passed requires family influencers to pay children 15% of earnings if they appear in 30% of content.
I feel like this is good in theory, but I also kind of like weird. And what's the point? Like, why Illinois? Why is Illinois?
Well, Chicago, I guess, has like a
Natalie
bunch of...
reminded us that Chicago is in Illinois.
I still knew Chicago was in Illinois when I
We
had
were-
You
that.
lived in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
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 But even Chicago isn't like the mecca of influencer. I'm not saying there aren't influencer parents in Illinois. I mean, I'm sure there's influencer parents everywhere. But it's why did Illinois take up this mantle? And also, why 15%? Especially when they have the percentages of like, you know, if you generate more than 30% of revenue from using your kid's likeness, you have to pay them 15%. Why? That's barely a commission over what your manager would get.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm also wondering, is there like contingencies where it said 15% and 30%? So does it go up to 30% if they're in 50% of the content? Or
Right.
what if they're in 100% of the content? Is it still only 15%?
Well, it's also interesting because it's like, what about like friends who are recurring characters in your videos?
No, I think that's not about like, you know, for example, we put like, you know, we're posting her less and less and posting the back of her head. We're still like, you know, trying to figure out what our comfort level is. But
Mhm.
like, you know, it's a lot of just like showing our day. We talk about being parents. There are parents out there who have like 5, 6-year-olds. When you see a kid like being funny or doing a bit online, how many like look at anyone listening, including us, us vain all people, go into your camera roll and look how many selfies you have. You might have to take 30 selfies before you're like, that's the one I'm gonna post. You know, like we
No,
all have.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if any of y'all ever saw this video, but there was this video that went viral of, I think it was a YouTuber family, and it was a mom and her son, I believe. And they were in the car and they were talking about maybe like their dog died. I don't know. It was something sad. And she's like talking about it. And
Yeah.
she
Yes.
left the footage in. She didn't cut it
Mhm.
out. And she's basically telling her son, like, cry more. No, cry more.
Yeah.
No, you have to like be more sad. And then they're like taking a thumbnail and she's like, okay, no, sadder. Okay, put your head down on me. Like she's
Directing him.
directing him
Literally.
to like 4 clicks
Yeah.
and to like cry and be sad
Did she
over.
accidentally leave it in?
She accidentally left it in.
That's the
yeah.
shit. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like think about how many times, how many takes you do. And we obviously put stuff on the internet, like every once in a while, especially if it's a bit, like we might have to do it a couple times. Imagine like making your kid do 25 fucking takes of shit like that. That shit is happening all the time when you have kids who are toddlers. like being funny. They're not being funny. They're being told to be funny. You know how hard it is to capture it in the moment? Like it's you get lucky if you do that. And all of a sudden you have a kid who's magically like coming up with like they're being filmed so that their parents always catching them being clever or sarcastic. It is kind of, I mean, I'm glad they're doing things like that, but like this law doesn't really seem to make much sense.
I think
don't
it
know.
does. I mean, this is the first state in the country to enact such of a law.
And it also
Like,
says that the
statewide.
adults are required to set aside those funds to be put into a trust that the minor can access when they turn 18, which is essentially the same thing as like a Coogan fund for child actors out here, where
Yeah.
it's like all of their money is supposed to go straight
Right.
into a fund that they can access. The
But
parents
all
are
of
not
their
supposed.
money.
Yeah, but their parents are not supposed to have any access to it. That doesn't prevent parents from doing it, though.
But why are yeah, that's what I don't get the 15%. That's pennies.
I mean, I'm sure that there's a way that they have to validate it, but I'm like, even the mom that just got arrested in Utah, where
Ruby
the
Franke.
kids, were like
Eight
taped up
passengers,
to the
yeah.
bed and all
Mhm.
that stuff, where it's like, there has to be some form of regulation to it, because it's a difference between like capturing a cute moment or like a little bit versus like exploiting your kids to having a full-time job without
Yeah, well, on set they have like studio teachers and they have
hours
like,
required.
yeah, exactly. Like that's why they used to have twins.
Well, that's when like just like crazy directors were like taking advantage of kids. These are the people's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, and I think that's why it gets a little scarier the more where it's like Illinois, Utah, because that other mom was in Utah, so it's like where there's not really an entertainment or guidelines for the entertainment industry out there. I'm like, I feel like people get very green-eyed when they see the money, and then they're like, okay, now you're going to wake up and you're going to do this, and it's just like, that's not fair for the kids. So I'm like, I don't know if that's supposed to give incentive. I don't know how they're going to regulate it or like proof.
Maybe it's just a good start they're actually doing this, but like I don't get the 15%.
I don't either.
understand
Yeah.
why.
I wonder if like we could start a thing of like when you post something on Instagram to then post like your camera roll and like how many takes it took.
Ooh, like a
Oh.
challenge.
Yeah, like
People would obviously lie about that, but yeah, that's a good idea.
And like one and done.
no, like I just
Never
posted
one and
I
done,
just
yeah.
posted a selfie this morning and I took it in the car on the way here and
Yeah, how
I
many-
took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's
Not
only
bad.
a
Did you
couple
post it on your
rows.
story
I
or
put it on my
on-
story.
Mm.
not bad.
That's not bad though.
Put
Yeah,
one out
It
of
could be
But a
70.
feed,
But I also
maybe.
was like in my car, so
Yeah.
like wasn't trying to like have a full on photo shoot. It was just trying to
Sure.
like get a little self.
Yeah.
But even that, like 9, it took
9
9
times.
times.
Now imagine making kids do that. Fuck, it's crazy. Ugh. All right. Anyways, we
Love Island.
love Island, but before we do, obviously we got it's Jen's premiere. We got episode 1. It's I will say it is tough going from Casa Amor to episode 1 of Bachelorette. It's just
Yeah.
the drama is just not comparable. You know, it is a little tougher. I don't know.
Yeah.
Before we do have a couple housekeeping notes. We have an amazing Going Deeper episode this week for you. I'm not even going to announce who yet. We'll announce it tomorrow. It drops Wednesday. This week, reality recap today. Well, obviously you're listening to it. We got Going Deeper tomorrow. It's just the Going Deeper. We're doing this new thing with Going Deeper, so you haven't noticed. Like, we're going to do reality recaps. We're going to test it out, see how you people like it. Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. And when we have a Going Deeper, it'll normally drop Wednesdays, sandwiched in between. And it's only going to be a Going Deeper when we think it's worthy of a Going Deeper. Like, it's going to be a smash hit always. It's going to be something you're going to sit down and listen to us go deeper with the guest. Other than that, we'll have a lot of guests on our reality recap. Speaking of which, we have Sydney from Casa Amor. She was the blonde from Casa Amor.
She was hooked up with Kenny.
Kenny, and she slept with Rob. Anyways, we're gonna bring her on because we want to know what happened. It's our Casa Amor insider. Did some more happen with Kordell and Aaron, or as Kordell and Aaron constantly keep saying, it was taken out of context. You only saw a minute 30. You only saw a minute. You only saw 2 minutes. Which one is it, Aaron? We'll find
Did they
out.
dry hump?
Did they dry hump? How,
They definitely dry humped.
They
We saw
were
the
dry
video.
humping.
for how long? Anyways, we got an insider from Casa Amor to give us hopefully a little bit more tea. And that's up shortly. Anyways, let's get into Love Island. All right, people, you've heard us talk about Shopify before. It is the #1 e-commerce platform that you should be using if you are selling anything online. I don't care if you're a Tuah girl or the Viall Files selling merch, or you are growing a small business out of your garage. You have got to use Shopify. If you have an e-commerce platform, Shopify is the way to go. The drag and drop functionality is the best. They have an amazing app that's super user-friendly. You can literally run your entire business from your phone. Get analytics about inventory, shipping orders. You get that cha-ching when you make an order. It's unbelievable. Whether you are selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever, and whatever you're selling, Shopify has got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less efforts thanks to Shopify's Magic, your AI-powered all-store. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce platforms in the U.S., and Shopify's the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Shopify scales with your company, so if you start small and you have great expectations of growing into the largest company in the world, don't worry, you can have Shopify from the beginning all the way to the end. Because businesses that grow with Shopify, sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/VIALL, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/VIALL. Again, that's all lowercase. Now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in, shopify.com/VIALL, all lowercase. We love Quince. We love quality material. We love quality clothes at reasonable prices. Love the selection at Quince. I don't care, man, woman. Natalie and I are constantly shopping. They got some unique pieces. They're cashmere sweaters. Stop spending hundreds of dollars on cashmere sweater. Just go to Quince. That's really all you got to do.
They have all the seasonal must-haves like 100% European linen shirts from $30, breathable tees, polos, hard shell luggage, and so much more. Performance polos, versatile flow knit activewear. The best part, all Quince's items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to you and me and Nick and everyone here at the household. Quince also works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices along with premium fabrics and finishes. We love that.
I truly love their selection at Quince, and I love knowing that I am not spending an arm and a leg to look fashionable and cool and get quality pieces. You don't have to, all this money you're wasting on fast fashion, don't bother. Just go to Quince. Pack your bags with high quality essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/VIALL for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/VIALL to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/VIALL. Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating, delivering pre-portions and prepped quality whole foods with limited processed ingredients. Green Chef sends organic, fresh produce, responsibly sourced proteins, and chef-designed recipes in every box for satisfying, nourishing, and convenient meals that make it easy to stick to a clean routine.
Green Chef contributes to a healthy lifestyle with easy and delicious menu recipes like fresh, seasonal salads and grain bowls. Green Chef has over 80 weekly menu and market options to satisfy every taste bud. The convenience and variety you get with Green Chef goes beyond dinner recipes. Easily add items to your weekly box from Green Market, the Mindful Eater's one-stop shop for high-quality, carefully curated goods.
My favorite part is that they have plant-based protein bars and shakes and clean snacks. My favorite ones were the goji berry oatmeal cookies, cinnamon maple fig chai pudding with hazelnuts.
Ooh, yum.
So listen, we understand that you are busy, you're on the go, you don't have time to grocery shop or cook or clean and all that stuff, but it's no excuse not to still eat the way you know you want to, eat clean and take care of yourself now that you have Green Chef.
They also have meals that suit every single lifestyle, like Mediterranean plant-based, gluten-free, protein-packed, keto, calorie-smart, and gut health. Each box is packed with foods that you can feel good about, like whole fruits and vegetables, plus lean protein and whole grain options.
Also, just a heads up, Green Chef is owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. Now you can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. Go to greenchef.com/ViallFiles50 and use code ViallFiles50. That's VIALLFILES at 50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. That's a hell of a deal. Again, that's 50% off, half, plus 20% off your next 2 months when you go to greenchef.com/ViallFiles50 and use code ViallFiles50. All right, Love Island. Here we go. Justin, you're finally watching.
I am, and I started at the best time because I started at the end of Casa Amor and the recoupling. So I was jaw
That was a
dropped.
good time.
Wait.
Did you go back and
Did you-
start, or did you
yeah.
start in the middle?
I
You started
saw,
at the end of Casa Amor?
yeah, which made sense though because they gave me like the perfect flashbacks. Then I saw After Sun, which gave me like more flashbacks. And then I saw the clips of like the hot dog and sauce competition, whatever that was, which was
fun.
You didn't
disgusting.
need to watch that.
No.
Ew.
No, that was
Did
enough.
they do that
Yep.
every season?
They do it on
Why?
UK.
They do
Why?
food
Disgusting.
challenges, and it's the worst episodes for me.
Would you do that with each other?
No.
No.
Why?
Listen, the like hot dog one was fine. The ketchup?
No.
For those of you
No.
who don't know what we're talking about, one of the challenges is they had to fill a bowl of food, anything from hot dogs to ketchup to
Pulled pork.
pulled
It was
pork.
4th of July theme.
Yeah, 4th of July. Oh, great. And they had to only use their mouth, so they had to transfer ketchup from mouth to mouth.
Disgusting.
6 people down and put it into a bowl.
I watched one where they did cocktails, and it's
Yeah.
like you had to fill the glass on the other end, and so it's like 6 people just like
Liquid.
baby birding
water?
liquid with
Oh, or
spit
liquid.
and everything.
Oh,
Why
so
did-
much spit.
Why do these people care about winning the challenges so much?
I don't know.
It's
They
not
don't
even
win
like they get a
anything.
date. I don't
They don't-
know.
They didn't win that video from this. No.
No.
Yeah. They don't win anything.
Love Island, we were talking about earlier. It's just like the entire nation should be tuning in together every night.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Love Island. It
I
is.
agree.
It is.
Like,
It's an event.
It's like the presidential debate.
Oh my god, we didn't even talk about that last week. That was fucking
No,
mess.
but it's just like that's how I feel relevant. Love Island USA is.
It's my Olympics.
to our goal.
Oh,
It's
there you
the
go.
Olympics.
There it is.
Uh,
There's a
Thank
different
you.
thing
Thank
happening
you.
every day.
Yes, it's the Olympics.
It's so good. You know what's so good about Love Island? You know what's really good television? Because normally what makes great reality TV television is the stakes. Like that's why The Bachelor has been so popular for so long. Because despite its format, every fucking season being exactly the same every fucking season, you're like, these 2 people are gonna probably get engaged in this, and that's fucking crazy.
And
And,
then
then
they're
Love
gonna break
Island,
up.
and then Love Is Blind, they're like, we're gonna one up that. We're just gonna have people get fucking married. And that
Right.
just makes it fucking crazy because the stakes are so fucking high. But what's crazy about Love Island, there's kind of no stakes.
No, they win money at the end.
Like
How much?
100,000, right?
In UK, it's
I
different.
think they split
I don't know.
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
I'm not trying. Okay, that's a decent amount of money, but they don't really talk about it. That's not why these people are there. In the grand scheme of things, if any, like whoever finishes, or like, I mean, it is like the grand scheme of things, whoever goes long enough to be a main character is gonna be able to make more than that through social media and appearances and Tuah and blah 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 blah. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's not why people are watching. You kind of forget. They don't even bring it up. They don't like remind the audience. Like there's no. And that's what I'm saying. But yet, despite all that, you're just like every fucking episode. I'm so invested in these characters. I also just love. It's the first time I'm watching a show where I just really I like everybody. Like there's yeah we get mad at some people, but it's generally like a good group of people. I really quite like them. I'm rooting for them. I like them. I don't know. I just that warms my heart. I just think about them all the time. I fucking love this show.
Hmm.
Are you team Serena or Kordell?
Serena.
Serena.
Serena,
Yeah. Okay.
definitely.
That's what I thought.
Sarah,
I was a wor-
see both sides.
I do.
Why?
Because I think Kordell should have had the allowance to test his relationship or to like see what else is out there. He's been following around the same girl the entire time. That's kind of been like touch and go.
I have a question though. What does it mean to need a test for your relationship?
Well, because that's what the bombshells are. The bombshells are supposed to be tests for the relationships, how strong it is. Somebody walks in and it's like, oh, will their head be turned? Yes or no? It's like the whole dynamic of it. So I'm like, Casa Amor is the elevated, your partner is not within sight for 4 days. Will you stay loyal? Are you going to test the waters and see what else is out there? Which is a very common thing in real relationships. They go on boys' trip or girls' trips or whatever the fuck, and things happen. So it's like, if it's a new relationship, and also these people have only been together for what, a couple weeks?
Yeah,
So
or a
it's
couple days.
a couple days. So I'm like, the fact that we get mad at some people being like, you're not loyal to this person, like they were dating for 2 days.
I don't think that's the argument. I think the argument of Team Serena, Team Kordell, she was like, she went on a date.
Mhm.
She's like, you can go to Casa Amor, be open, explore, whatever. We said we're open. That was all kosher between them two.
Right.
I think it was because how he did it. It was the disrespectfulness. It was her on top of
Physicalness.
him grinding on the bed,
dry
dry
humping.
humping. Like, I think it was all of that stuff that is like the divide.
And that's why I said I can see both sides
Yeah.
where I'm like, I totally agree with her as well. But however, I'm like, it's not typical you get sent a video being like, here's a snippet of what could have happened. You know what I mean? So she reacted accordingly.
It
It's
was
fair.
Pretty like how do you say that was anything but what it was?
That's why
1,000%.
the guys were just like acting as like they kept
Yeah.
saying it was just like, well, that was just taken out of context, and
Right.
like we
I love that they didn't even see the video too, and they're like, it's
Yeah.
taken out of context. It's only a
And
minute
then Aaron
and
was
30
like,
seconds.
what did you see?
And
He like
Day-
wouldn't
and
answer.
Daya's like, we weren't dry humping. It's like, no, you
You
were.
were.
like, we saw
I thought
the
they were
video.
having
I
sex
thought they were
at
having
first.
sex.
I
I
do.
do.
That's what I was
like,
gonna say.
I was like, interesting that you went to dry humping because in my mind they were having full blown sex.
1,000%. That's why I was like, is that what we're questioning here? When they're like, no, we weren't dry humping. And I was like, oh, because you were really humping.
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause-
No, like to me, it's just like I found it really fascinating because for a while, like it would seem like the guys would clearly had a different expectation of what like Casa Amor was versus the girls. They, the whole like this is about testing, man. Like you have to test the relationship. To your question, Leia, like I don't. Is that I'm a Love Island rookie. So is that normal like vocab
Yes.
on Love Island?
It is.
Mhm.
And is it like? But it seems still like bullshit. Like
I agree. I think it's bullshit because it's like I guess in real relationships, yeah, they go to a bar. It's like, how would they be on the outside? But in my mind, I'm just like, have I ever like needed a test to make sure?
But Natalie makes a great point, right? Like Kordell or Aaron, they could have gone. First of all, they didn't have to go to Casa Amor. They had the
Right, they
option
did have the
not
choice.
to go.
And that's not normal.
No, that's not
Usually,
normal, by
like,
the
they
way.
just go.
Okay,
Mhm.
but they did have the option. Clearly, they were never not going to go. Fine, all right. But like the women had the right to be upset about that,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then they go. Fine, test the relationship. Whatever. If you need a test, test. If you want to get to know people, get to know people. These guys say the word test as if like I need to know how my dick tingles around this person. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, I need to test it. So like, I need to know how I feel.
It's like, I need to see who's the better kisser.
yeah, it's all physical. It's like these guys like could have gotten to know these women.
Yep.
They don't even get to know any of them. They just
Exactly.
go sit on a fucking futon and stare into each other's eyes and talk about how hard it is not to make out. That's all they
And then they
fucking
make
did.
out.
And then they make
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
And they're just like, I had to test my relationship. Like, that's not testing shit.
No,
Like,
you're right.
I don't understand that. Like, but there are all these. What's so fascinating is that although I am team Serena, like Kordell truly looked confused. You know what I'm saying? Like he really was like, I didn't.
But he's still bringing both of them
That's what I don't
breakfast.
understand. Like
Yeah.
these guys kind of act like maybe it's the youth, maybe it's like that. Cordell's only like 22.
He's 22, yeah.
Yeah. So is it a young person thing? I'm also watching it thinking, I don't know, man. This is like in a world where situationships is the most like common relationship status these days in dating culture. Any 21, 22, 23-year-old, like a commitment nowadays is like, holy fucking shit, like it's so. And then you have Kordell. Like I empathize with all the guys were like, well, finally he had a girl who like gave him attention, and that's valid to a certain degree. Even Remy Bader DM'd me. She's like, well, yeah, but like Serena strung him along the whole time, and it's just like she waited 3 days to be like, I don't know if I want to hump your brains right
Right.
away.
And this is why.
I feel like she didn't string him along.
That's
I
what
mean,
No.
yeah, she waited.
she had boundaries. She said, I'm a slow burn. We saw her go on another date.
Upfront expectations.
She also didn't kiss him. So she stood on that, I am a slow burn. Then she is like, okay, maybe like it's not there. Maybe we just stay friends. That's being open. She's being open. She's, talking to other people. He's like, all right, cool. We'll be open. He's talking to other people. And then she's like, you know what? No, like I want to be with you. I don't want to be friends. Like and then they had that talk about like, I like you. I like,
Right.
let's be vulnerable. Let's do this. And then they go to Casa Amor. I'm like, in what world did she string him along?
Yeah, I
Right.
don't-
You know
she didn't like tickle
She
his
did it-
balls day one.
No.
She did it differently than the other people.
Yeah, no, well, Deo, like fresh off, she
Oh.
was like all
Well,
over.
Not to
him.
mention, the
Ruthless.
whole point of the bombshells in Casa Amor is to be like seductive and
Right, they're
temptress.
trying to get on.
They're
They,
trying to
they
get
don't have a
on.
lot of time.
Their whole motivation is to basically throw themselves at these people. in
So how do you
hopes-
trust their intentions?
Yeah.
Right. No. And what's crazy to me, going back to what you said earlier about like the world of situationships and all that, is that like you have Kaylor and Aaron telling each other that they're falling in love
Falling in love.
before they've become boyfriend and girlfriend, and then they're still staying open. It's just
Yeah, it
backwards.
doesn't make sense. But Aaron's talking about like testing a relationship as if it's his like he owes
duty.
it to himself.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like
here's
before-
Rob being like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, you really have to do this.
It's like the idea of a bachelor party where
Yeah.
it's like, this is
This
my
is the
last
time
chance.
before you get
Oh, yeah.
married.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get to sleep
So like,
with another
let's go
girl
to the
again.
strip club and like hook up with a stripper because
Yeah.
like you
This
might
is my
not
last
ever get to
chance.
do this again. It's like,
Have you been doing this our whole
Yeah.
relationship?
I'm only gonna have sex with one girl for the rest of my life. I have to get this in.
What about the past 5 years?
yeah.
I love Serena. Like, I think she's one of the. I think, you know, she's just such a unique reality TV character because she's not the norm. Because I think it's very hard to go into that atmosphere where things move fast. You're incentivized to be physical and things like that. And to like state your boundaries out of fear that you might get passed by in a world where things happen so rapidly. You know, I think
She
it's
stands
tough
her ground.
She stands her ground. And it's clear how the other women feel about her ability to like, you know, demonstrate that self-respect. It is difficult. Honestly, like standards gives you scars. It really does. Like no matter what, any standard you ever have will eventually people will disappoint you, right? Like standards require expectations. And as soon as you have expectations of people, often people don't meet those expectations. And they definitely, like, she talks so much about how hard it is to have these standards. And she really does. A lot of people talk about having standards and then they just like bulldoze through them all the time. But I think she's like so fantastic about how she like communicates. And I was so shocked by a bunch of people in the comments in my DMs talking about how like, oh, like I was like Team Serena. And like a lot of people were just like, not after tonight. Like, I don't know why, because she got mad at all the guys.
Well, people
And also, she's valid. The guys were full
Yes.
on fucking lying to her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that we need an insider's opinion here because the guys have been so like they seem to have some sort of pact with each other where they were like, we are going to come back and say the bare minimum of what happened over there. We are not going to open our mouths. We're going to play both sides. We love the OGs. But we also have been rooting for the Casa girls. And I'm curious to know what actually happened at Casa.
All right, let's bring her on. Insider from Casa Amor. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're great. So we're so happy to be talking with you. Obviously, you were an insider at Casa Amor. And there's, after last night's episode, there's a lot of back and forth between Aaron and Rob, Kordell and Miguel, all the boys.
Oh, yeah.
And Kendall. And they're all kind of coming back being like, we're not going to lie. We're going to tell you the truth. There's this video floating out there. But we're getting like, it feels like 80, 90% of the truth, you know, and things like that. And we know that like, how long were you guys all at Casa Amor? 4 days, 3 days? They always say like 3 or 4 days. Like, which one is it?
So it was 3 nights, but 4 days.
Okay.
But honestly, when you're in there, it feels like
A week.
5 weeks.
Sure.
Honestly, it felt like 5 weeks. I
No.
was like, what day is it? Like, what's going on?
That makes
yeah.
sense. So I guess my big question for you is like, what didn't we get to see? We obviously didn't see 4 days and 3 nights worth of material.
Yeah.
We know that's how reality TV works. Well, we got to see a lot of Kordell and Dea.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were having sex at one point. But I guess my big question to you is like, if you got to go back in the villa, like what side would you be on? Are you more on like, there's a lot you didn't get to see, and boy, because like if I am Kaylor and I'm watching this back after hearing Aaron's truth,
That's
like
bad.
I would not, like, that's not, he downplayed it. He absolutely downplayed.
Yeah, that was downplayed. And honestly, like, I love Daniella. She was one of my like closest girlfriends in there. But the fact that she fully lied to her, I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. Because they were cuddling the first night. They were 100%. And listen, I get it where she was also coming from. Like, that's Aaron's place to tell her, not really hers. But I also give like props to Dea because she literally like told Serena like everything that happened. She was like, that's not true, because they were doing the exact same thing, saying the exact same stuff to me. Because the boys were literally like, yeah, like he's never been like this before. We're so happy for him. Like, kudos to you. But then they're also like saying the same thing about Serena when the girls like from the villa were not even really brought up about, if that makes sense. Like
Wow.
Janae was not brought up. Serena really wasn't. The only one that really brought up like anyone was probably Kendall about Nicole.
Wow.
Really?
So it was
Yeah.
the first night that Daniella woke up and was like, he was kissing me all over. Like, first night he's trying to get in my
Yeah.
pants. And like, she left all that out. They left.
Yeah, she fully left that out. And I was like, no.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
when
oh
she was
gosh.
telling Kendall that, I was like, did they like have oral sex or like it would?
No,
No.
they didn't have sex, but like I remember when we were all getting ready, she was like, yeah, like he started putting his like hand towards my pants, and then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were Kaylor. Like, no, you didn't. Aaron, I love you, but no, you
Interesting.
didn't. No, you fucking didn't. Oh, wait, you guys didn't know that
But
part?
why would he
No.
say
Oh,
that?
shit. Oh, shit. Sorry.
No,
No, please say. This is why
Movie
we brought,
night, baby.
this is why we brought you on. This is
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
like-
Say more.
Like-
Insider scoop.
You're like-
You tell us what happened in there.
This is
needed to
literally
know
your job.
the truth.
Honestly, like I went in there, like I was like, I'm gonna stir the pot, like let's go. Like honestly, Aaron was like my pick at first, but then I'm sitting back, I'm sipping my water bottle, like it's some tea, and I'm like watching everything go down. I'm like, okay, cool. This is something else. The boys were like as if they were on like a Vegas trip, 110%.
Yeah, it gave that.
Like it was insane. I was like, these boys, like they don't give a fuck. They were
Mhm.
just going like balls to the walls, guns blazing. But honestly, as they should. It's Casa Amor. You're supposed to experience like everything else that's like not happening like in the villa, because you need to see like if your connections are actually bigger than they like seem.
No,
But I don't know. Yeah.
I get that it's a show, right? And I get that that's the point of Casa Amor.
Yeah.
I think we were just saying before you popped on, it's just like that you don't get to know someone by like basically dry humping them and talking about how it's hard to kiss them. You get to know them by having a conversation. And all these people do is like the only conversation they're having is just like, like I really want to kiss you right now, but I
wanna
shouldn't.
bite
Like,
you.
You're dangerous. You're trouble. I
dangerous.
wanna
Like,
kiss you.
It's just like, what did you learn about each other? I learned that they wanted to kiss me, but it was like really hard for them not
Who
to.
do you think was like the most
Yeah.
surprising out of the men? Like obviously y'all watch before you come in, right?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by like surprising? Like who like really
Who really went for it that you were like, they probably will be like a little bit more reserved because their connection, and then they were like, holy fuck, guess not.
I think like Aaron and Kaylor 100%, like I keep saying like 110%. I don't know what's going on with me. I learned some verbiage while I was in there. I'm like on repeat. Like it's like literally a never ending like song at this point. But I think Aaron and Kaylor were definitely the couple that I thought were the strongest. I didn't think he was going to go that hard, but like the connection he had with Daniella was very new to him, I guess. And like they had a lot of similarities. They wanted to the whole like fostering thing, they really connected on that level. And they like seemed like they were in love. Like from
Aaron
how
and Danielle.
we all saw it. Yeah, Aaron and
and
Danielle, we thought they were like in love because they were like talking nonstop, and they weren't just kissing. Like, yeah, they had a lot of like frisky business going on, but like they were actually having like genuine like conversations. I think they were like talking for like 3 hours one day. And then like she comes back out of the woodworks. I go, where the fuck have you been? I'm like, I missed you, but like, where were you? She's like, oh, I was talking to Aaron the entire time. I was like, oh shit. So like,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
did have connection.
Could you imagine if Aaron was actually been like, well, there was a time where we talked for 3 hours nonstop, and the first night we cuddled and basically rolled around in bed all night, and I tried to like, I put my hand, he's like, I did bring you up, like right when I tried to almost
Finger her.
finger her, I brought you up. So he
And I
like,
thought it was you.
he leaves that part out. He's like, I brought your name up every fucking time I tried to make out with
It
her.
was so bad.
No, it's
And then
so-
when I broke up with her, I almost kissed her walking
Oh,
away.
what was that?
Yeah, wait, that was crazy. So like right after, like we heard like the whole like scream from the villa, and now like let me tell you, like they're far apart. So like the way she was screaming was really loud. Like the fact that I heard at the fire pit when we were like mid conversing about like something we want to do, like before like we pass away one day, like we were having like deep conversations, and I heard that. I go, why are they screaming? And then all of a sudden, Rob was like, they got the video, Aaron.
Oh.
And then next thing you know, Aaron and Rob go into their little corner to chit chat, have a
Wait,
real
hold on.
moment.
This is wait. I want to
Oh,
make sure
too
we
much?
understand. No, this is great. No, thank
she
you.
said, "Oh, too much."
No. Again,
Sorry.
no such thing. We so appreciate you being here with us. But like,
Oh, I love
for the
it.
people who don't realize what you're talking about, so
Mhm.
at one point, you all and Casa Amor heard Kaylor scream out, "Fuck Aaron!"
Yeah.
Right?
I think it was like fuck Casa and then fuck you, Aaron.
Okay,
Yeah.
they heard
Yeah.
that, and so you're telling me they knew, or at least Rob knew, that it had to do with the video. It wasn't like, because I think some people were speculating that maybe Aaron thought she's saying fuck Casa, fuck fuck Aaron because like maybe she was hooking up with another guy or something and he was blaming on that.
Yeah.
But they knew about the video?
I think because Rob has gone down this rodeo before,
yeah.
since he was in Casa, he put the 2 and 2 together and he was like, they got a video.
Okay.
And then everyone was like, well, why didn't we get a video? And then he was like,
because they're
"These were
not
the
doing
guys."
shit over there at the villa.
They're not doing shit
outside.
Like Kaylor's crying over how much she misses Aaron. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, talking to some of the boys that got booted off after, they were like, I'm gonna hear, I miss Aaron in my nightmares. I go, do you want a shot? Like, we're at the airport now. Like, I'll give you one if you need one. Like, they were like, that girl was nonstop about Aaron. And I do feel really bad for her because, like, if you're that, like, into a guy and then you get a video of him, like, going balls to the wall with some girl that, like, you've never seen before, I mean, that would hurt me too. But then she went right back to him.
Yeah, I was
like, girly pop.
So
Yeah.
question, when I'm curious, when Rob, told the guys, and more specifically Aaron, oh, they got a video, is that when Aaron's behavior changed? At what point did you notice Aaron being like, oh, I miss Kaylor? And, it on the show, it presents as, hey, I had to make out with her. I had to do it. It was the only way I was going to realize that you're my girl.
Yeah.
But you think maybe it had to do with the video, that maybe Aaron realized that he was in some shit and that's probably why he changed his behavior?
That's, like, in my opinion, that's what I think happened because they were literally together all 3 days. And then, like, the last night, he was still, like, next to her. They were talking, like, they were being, like, all, like, la-di-da, like, in Loveland. And then right when, like, everything, like, went down, and then Rob was like, I think, like, they got the video. That's when he was like, oh, no, like, I'm feeling guilty. And then you could tell, like, on his face, he was feeling guilty because, because he got caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once you get caught, like, you feel like shit and you're like, oh, my God, like, what did I do? But then he then pulled her aside, and this is Daniella. So he pulled Daniella aside and basically was like, listen, I did, like, have a connection with you, but I feel like it's on a friend level. And then she agreed, and he was like, I really think you should, like, go pursue Rob. But I will say this, though. Right when Daniella started connecting with Aaron, she didn't really, like, talk to any other guy because she got the intention, or, like, she, like, thought, like, every guy was, like, saying, like, oh, it's Aaron's girl, like, hands off now. So she was thinking that, too, in the beginning because she was like, oh, like, now that, like, I'm, like, talking and connecting with Aaron, none of the guys want to talk to me like
so
that.
All the guys were fully supporting, borderline encouraging Aaron to pursue this relationship. That's fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you got to stay and Kaylor brought you aside, like she brought all the other women, what specifically would you want Kaylor to know?
For me, I think I would just be like, there's always 3 sides to the story. His side, her side, and then the truth. And girly pop, I would take a heavy, heavy pour of that wine at movie night because you're going to need it.
Yes.
Ooh,
I
hope
would
they do
110%. Like, see, I said it again, 110%. I can't stop saying it. It's, like, insane. But I would honestly say, like, yeah, you'll need a heavy pour because there's 3 sides, his, hers, and the truth. And movie night's going to break your heart.
You know it.
Even Daniella going to Kendall and being like, yeah, Kendall asking about, has he brought up his situation back at the villa? And she's like, yeah, he keeps saying he wants to respect Kaylor, but his actions say different. Well, then why didn't you tell Kaylor that?
Right.
From watching it, like, last night, I could see, like, those girls were going, like, guns blazing at, like, the boys and the Casa girls. It was giving off, like, they were pissed because, like, that video was a lot. So I think the Casa girls were a little bit scared to, like, really confront them about it because, like, they literally were just put in there. It was all of a sudden, like, everyone's asking me everything. And I think, like, they were a little overwhelmed because when we were in Casa, it was like we were in the clouds. Like, it was love, it was happiness, positive energy. And then you go to the villa and it's like, you're at the gates of hell. Like, get ready. Like, you're fucked. So I think, like, it was just, like, a awakening moment for them.
Do you think Kordell disrespected Serena?
I like Serena. I mean, I love her from watching the show. She's been great. But because of how, like, wishy-washy she was, and I get, like, everyone's like, oh, she's a slow burner. You're in this show. Like, you can't be that much of a slow burner. So I think, like, when he met Dea, they were just, like, talking and, like, connecting. I do think, like, from watching the episodes, it was a lot of dry humping. But, like, I think it was more of, like, she was trying to be like, I will give you the world. I will treat you right. I'm just giving you a little piece of it right now because once you get me and you have me as like yours and I am your girl, you'll have the world.
I don't fault her at all. I mean, that's what she was.
Yeah.
That's literally your all job was to make a connection. You only had 3 or 4 days. You have to come in hot. Like, I don't fault you all women at all. Like,
yeah, she was begging all of us to like talk to him too. She was like, if you think you have a connection with him, go talk to him. I was like, Daya, I love you, but like, I'm like your child. Like, it's like Kordell was dad, Daya was mom, and I was the child. Like, I was like the third wheel of like their relationship. I was loving it. Like during the raunchy races, like when I had to like kiss Kordell, she was egging it on, cheering it on. She's like, all right, now go to the bedroom. And he fucking booked it. Like literally, as if like I was the fucking football and he was trying to make his brother proud. Like he was fucking booking it. So like kudos to him for that. And like kudos to her because everyone was just so supportive. But like they did have a lot of conversations together and I think they did have a good connection. But it definitely was like, from like the outsider's point of view, it was definitely like Pound Town. From like those videos. I didn't even see them dry hump. So like the fact that everyone saw that and I'm watching, I go, wait, what? Where was this?
Did you watch? You watched it back though, didn't you? And then yeah.
And I was shocked. I was like, oh shit.
I know you didn't really know because
oh.
you didn't really get to know Serena in person, right? Because you were basically at Casa Amor the whole time, and you came in to say your goodbyes, and then Kaylor as well. Let's assume these are both your girls in real life, and you knew and you know what you know. Would you tell them to stay together? Or work it out, or would you tell them that, like, I love how Kaylor kept saying, if you move this way, like, which I love how she said that. I'm gonna start using that. It was great. But you would recommend that they don't work on it. Like,
I don't know. Like, I feel bad, but like, they went into Casa and it was like Serena who, Kaylor who.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know if those were my girlfriends, I'd be like, they went in there, they did what they did, and because they got caught, that's why they're acting this way and they're trying to be so sympathetic with you. I think I'm like, don't do it because they're just like feeling like shit because they made you feel sad. And it's like, who knows? Like when you guys get in the outside world, like what are the odds that they're going to do it again? Yeah. Probably again.
Well, it's also this like stand on business too. Like if you're going to come in and say that you did this, don't be like, oh, but I didn't. No, like, no, say why you did it.
Kordell walking in with his head to the ground.
So yeah, I mean, I love Kordell so much, but like, I love him. As like I love all the cast, I really do. Everyone's endearing, and I don't mean this to say be a dick, but Kordell gives kind of boy energy, and he's young, and he's like he gives this kind of energy where I get it. Like, listen, every man does want to get validated. You know, I get that Kordell, likes the idea that Daya was just like making him feel appreciated and loved, and everyone appreciates that. But like that's still kind of giving boy, where Serena needs like she's very clear with her expectations. She wants the guy who knows what he wants. And doesn't need that instant validation because that's what Serena wants and needs. And for Kordell to use that as an excuse, it's like, it's fine, but like clearly you are not what Serena needs. Like Serena needs that guy who...
Yeah, that's why like just like end it at that point. Yeah. Because it's like, if that's not who he is, then I don't think she should still pursue that. Because if it's not her expectations, like why are you still going for it then?
Yeah, like specifically Aaron and Kordell, sweet, fun, charming, but they just give very much like they don't understand dating or relationships or women. Bringing both these women breakfast. In what world did you think that Serena was going to be like, you know what, thanks?
That was fucking crazy.
I'm going to be honest. When I was watching that last night, I'm like sitting there with my aunt and I go, oh shit. Like this is not good.
It's the worst.
I'm like, I already know something. I know something fuck's about to happen. And then Serena takes it, goes, nope, and puts it on him. I'm like,
I like valid. Like what in world would like think that's okay?
Yeah, like why did these guys?
Like the Casa girls definitely like shit themselves when they watched that because like they were in there too. Daya was in there and she's like, I would fucking.
So
Daya's like eating her breakfast like.
Here's a question for you. Like Miguel did it. Like Miguel's just like I actually love Miguel because he's so transparent that he's
so fucking funny.
Yeah, he's just so like funny. This is who I am. I'm a fuckboy player, whatever you want to call it. There are no illusions about who Miguel is. I fucking love it. But
he's so funny.
But like when he brought in his lady Sierra. And he was like, hey, man, like, whatever. But, like, these guys all acted like they didn't think that bringing in new women, and then they show up and like, oh, no. I'm still down to get to know ya.
So
I'm like,
even
what?
Kenny, though, I appreciate Miguel being like, listen, like, we connected for 2 days. Like, I still want to get to know you. And then, like, even when he pulled Leah aside, he did say that. He's like, listen, I have 2 connections. I want to see which one, like, I feel more connected with. We had 2 days. I had 4 days with her. I just want to, like, vibe out. Like, I'm not trying to, like, disrespect you, but I'm not going to cut you off. I really, like, fuck with Miguel for saying that because, like, he is, like, OG for that.
No, I love his honesty and
wait.
transparency. I love that he walked in with his head just held high. Like, this is what
he
I'm
was
doing.
like,
That's
Yeah.
but
here.
I'm more curious about when I don't know where you were when this was when the men were deciding what to do. But did anyone, did you ladies, or like did you think when you thought, oh, I'm gonna bring these ladies in?
I thought I was going in.
Oh,
You
did?
thought you were going in.
Who did you think was
Rob?
Kenny.
No, Kenny.
What
So
made you
wait-
think that?
Oh.
Kenny was basically in like a love square. So it was himself, a girl in the villa, which was Janae, and then Catherine, and then myself. So he was like the first day we got there, he checked me out up and down. Then we started talking. We really connected because he's from the Bronx. I moved to the city. We were like connecting off of like what we like to do in the city, like when we're there. And then I thought it was going really, really well. Later that night, I pulled him for a chat and I was like, hey, like, since like we did really like hit it off, like, I was just wondering, like, what's the bed situation tonight? Like, do you want to share? And then he goes, well, Catherine beat you to it 2 seconds ago. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I'm like, Catherine? Because like Catherine was like, I'm into Kendall. So then I was like, okay, so now I'm in a love triangle. As the time went on, I started realizing every question he initially asked me the first day, he started asking her the next day. And then when I said, where's your head at? Like, who were you coupled up with at the villa the first day? He said, oh, I coupled up with Janae, but it was only 3 days. So there's nothing really there. But now you're going to be crying about her after the recoupling because she's like, what the fuck is this?
Huh?
And then he's like, I really like how like you're about your family. Like, I'm so appreciative that you opened up about like your mom passing away and like how close you are with like your cousins, your aunt, your grandma, and all this. So as we're at like, we had our own little like mini recoupling. So as we're standing there, he's like, I really like this girl because she like pushes me to like do what I want, like to better myself in life. She's all about family. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like shitting my pants. I'm like, wow, like he actually like listened to me. And then all of a sudden it was Catherine. I'm like, wait, what? And then looking at all the videos and stuff, she was just trying so hard to get in there. And I'm sorry, I'm not a persuasive essay. I'm not going to say pick me, choose me, love me. Either you like me or you don't.
Period.
Otherwise, like, go away. So like when I saw all that go down yesterday and like how like she was like kissing him, like begging him, I was like, okay, so she just really like was just trying to be like desperate and like go for him. And he just like thought with his dick, not his head.
That was the most awkward kiss I've ever seen in my entire life.
When
Between
I
Catherine
watched
and
it,
Kenny.
I'm like, I was like shitting myself. I was like, this is so awkward. I go, I didn't even beg him to kiss me and he fucking went for it. Like, that's actually pathetic.
Yeah, that was really
Like,
bad.
he sucked my toes, okay? Like, she was begging for a kiss while he was sucking my toes.
Kenny sucked your toes?
Like, okay.
Do we see that?
Yeah, Kenny sucked my toes.
Do people
I
like
just can't wait for movie night. Like, you guys are gonna love it. I was throwing around like a rag doll for raunchy races, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Oh my
What?
I got battle scars.
I'm really
No,
like I
oh
feel
my-
like you're such a delight to talk to and you're funny and charming. Why do we get to see this version of you on Love Island?
You know what's crazy? Like, as I'm leaving, I started crying because I didn't want to leave them. And all the boys were like, I'm going to be honest, that girl's funny as fuck. Like, she was the best, like, everything. And they were like, I wish we made a book about all the verbiage and her little abbreviations that she had because that girl, like, just was a rocket. But I think it was honestly because, like, it was, like, so, like, different for me because I wasn't really used to it. And
Yeah.
so it was, like, I didn't want to be, like, too much to, like, the people. But, like, the guys loved me. I think it was more of, like, friendship with them,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But Kenny really fucked me over there. That was bullshit.
That is
Player.
fair.
Yeah, you
he
did
is such a player.
You
That's
spent the
bullshit.
night. You spent the night with Rob, and the night before he
Yeah.
was making out with
Destiny.
Destiny.
Destiny, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
making moves. Yeah. What was your impression of Rob?
I think with him, he was just so drained at the fact that, like, every single person that he was coupled up with just kept getting fucking sent home. Like, the Andrea thing, I'm sorry, I was team Andrea for her. Like, that was fucked up, in my opinion. And then he, like, gets coupled up with what's her name, Cassidy.
Cass, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she goes home, and he was like,
I
"Listen,
forgot
like
about
I
her.
got the Rob curse. Like either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it." And I was like, "I mean, if you bring me with you and I get booted off, I'll go see my cat faster, so that's okay with me."
From what
Alright.
you've seen so far since Andrea
Mhm.
left, if you're Andrea, would you consider taking Rob back?
Honestly, yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because how he was like in Casa, he really wasn't a player. He was very like laid back. Yeah, he was talking to Destiny. Yeah, they did like share a bed and they did make out that night. But the rest of the time, he really wasn't doing anything crazy. Like, honestly, I think he was the only one that was not sucking face every single time he could get like a chance to.
And he was the
I
only
think he was
single
only
one.
doing stuff during the challenges.
He was literally the only single one, and he was the only one acting
Yeah.
like he was
Only
in a
single one,
relationship.
yeah.
Well,
I
that's
mean, I
his
wouldn't say acting like
way.
in a relationship, but
That's
He was
That's
just like,
his
I don't give
way.
a fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, let the boys be boys. And he literally sat back and like ate popcorn with it.
were you shocked by the Daniella like
Switch up.
switch up with Rob? Did that feel forced? Did that feel like it was for the drama?
Yeah, I felt it was definitely forced a little bit because like she really was into Aaron, but she also was really stressed out about the whole Kaylor situation. Like really stressed. Like she was like saying like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't like this feeling right now. And I was like, what is the feeling? Like, if you being caught or you liking someone who has strong connection with someone else too? And she's like, I don't know, I just don't like this feeling. And like, I was like, listen, like, you gotta stop like second guessing. I'm like, you gotta not think about the other girl in the villa. Like, you gotta think about yourself. Like, you want to be happy or do you want to be miserable? So she was like very wishy-washy. But then like when the whole like Rob thing happened, I'm trying to ask her questions. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, now we're with Rob. Like, how are you feeling with that? She really wasn't giving me like answers. And I was like, I'm trying to pull it out of her. I'm like, can you just tell me like what's going on? Like, are you into him or not? Because I just shared a bed with him last night.
And she
So-
couldn't.
Damn.
She couldn't answer it.
Damn.
No.
Do you think Daniella will like try anything with Aaron back at the villa, or do you think it's like done?
I mean, I did make bets with some people that my girly pop is definitely going to end up back with Aaron. And honestly, I've even told multiple people, like, I am kind of like shipping like team Aaron and Daniella.
Really?
Whoa.
Okay.
Interesting.
But like, if it doesn't happen, like, Kaylor fans, don't kill me, please. I don't know. I kind of liked it. They were speaking Spanish. They were going. ham with the
Aaron is
Spanish.
not being totally honest with Kaylor. Is not.
Yeah,
And
no,
like she
he's not.
wants to know the truth. Like she's giving him every opportunity. She wants to forgive this guy. She still likes him. And it is. It's Casa Amor. It's Love Island. We get it. You know, Aaron gives boy energy. But like now that he's lying about it, like he is like, I don't know. I don't know if like we'll get to see from Kaylor how many chances she's gonna give
Well,
this
she
guy.
folded so fast.
She
Like,
did.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, you just stood your ground so well. You're like, I'm staying single. I'm really disappointed in what you said. And now all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I'm going to sleep in soul ties with you, but I don't want any funny business. And then you're going to like give him a chance again. I'm like, come on.
It was very
Like, have you ever been cheated on and like you went back to him? I'm confused.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
just
Like, that was like, what?
I
Okay.
understand. I get why. I don't fault her at all for that. Just because she can get mad, and then it's just like she's not sure what. Like what's so evident in this universe
She's
is that like
unhinged.
there's no rules. There's these suggestions. All of a sudden, we're in the middle of the season. It's sort of like, did you make out with him outside of a game? Because like a game doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily matter. So like
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, Cindy, when it comes to Kaylor, but like I empathize with why it's very easy for her to want to forgive this guy. And he did.
No, I get it.
He comes back single, right? So even Serena, as much as she was mad at Kordell and fuck this guy, him coming back with Dea was such a fuck you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it like changes the game. So he comes back single, which like gives her the whole idea like, well, finally he still chose me. He did dump her. I think obviously if she knew this information,
yeah, but
it
then
might
also
change the
Rob
game.
brings her back. Like, come on.
Which is
Now let's
so,
think about
like-
that.
And it's
Well,
And
yeah,
she was
but-
like clapping it up for Rob. She was like, yay. And they're like,
Do you know who
Kaylor,
that
like,
is?
that's Daniella.
I'm just saying I'm
When
not
I was
faulting
standing
her
there,
for
I was
wanting to forgive him.
shitting my pants.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
It's so fucked that I think Aaron like pushed Daniella and Rob because he knew
Oh,
that
they
Rob
did.
was
He
going to
did.
bring someone back, and to like do that to Kaylor, you know, it's like Rob had a connection with you. He had a connection with Destiny. And it's like for him to, it felt like slimy in a
Aaron
way.
pitched Rob. It
Yeah.
was like, bro.
It's like, why do you
Bring
want
her
to
back.
why do you want like your girl, like Kaylor
Exactly.
to like have to, that was like really weird for me.
No, and I agree with that. That's why when that whole thing went down and like when I saw Rob and Daniella like talking like in the corner while we're still at the fire pit, I'm like literally looking at them from like a little distance and I'm like, all right, who pushed who? I'm like, let me know. And then like you realize like after it's like, oh no, like Aaron and him had a chat right after the whole like screaming little scenario happened.
But even to your
So, I
point,
don't
it's like yes, Aaron is coming back for you, Kaylor, but also like make him work for it a little bit. Like you didn't have to sleep outside
Yeah.
with him. You could sleep in the bed and be
Yeah.
like, no, you're in soul ties and you can freaking kiss the ground I walk on all day tomorrow. But like
I think she just missed him so much. Like I do think she just was like
it's
I
down
think that
bad
she's
for
gonna-
4 days.
I think she's gonna leave right when movie night happens.
Oh.
If they put what happened like during movie night, I think she's gonna leave.
ugh,
I really do.
So good.
I'm so excited.
Or she's just gonna like cut him off for good and then go on to someone else.
But it's
I hope she does.
if people who go on Love Island are fans of Love Island, they know the beats, right? They know a video gets sent. They
Mhm.
know there's movie night. Like,
Yeah, that's
why
why, like-
fucking do it?
Yeah.
You know?
Also,
No.
like when he was saying like he's like I know like I really like love her and I want her to be my girlfriend. I don't know why I did it. I'm like, because you're fucking horny.
Yeah.
Like they put all I'm sorry, in my opinion, I think they put all the baddest girls right into Casa and they were like, "Whoo, hot
Yeah.
bitches, you're fucked."
Yep.
And then like put these
Producers know how
guys
to
in and the girls
produce,
were
you
like
know?
they're like children.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely, it wasn't an even playing
No,
field.
the guys talk like boys, and they
Yeah.
talk like guys who've never been around women. Again, it's
Mm-hmm.
like the whole like Kordell looks genuinely confused. Like he
So did
he-
Kenny.
yeah,
Kenny was crying.
Kenny
was,
looked
like-
genuinely
Kenny was
confused.
a broken record. He was a fucking broken record. Like with the whole asking, he literally asked me first day, "What's your short-term and long-term goals?" And then like the next day, I'm asking Catherine, I go, "Oh, what did he ask you? Like when you guys went for a chat?" And he goes, "Oh, he asked me like what my long-term and short-term goals are." It's like, oh,
He couldn't come up with any new questions?
yeah. And then he kept saying like, I'm his top girl," and that when I asked about Janae, it was the whole, "Oh, we only were like with each other for 4 days, like it's nothing like serious." And I go, "Okay, like well, who caught your eyes here?" And he goes, "Obviously you, like you're eye candy any day of the week." But okay, but you go for Catherine. I'm like, okay, all right.
Damn,
I'm like, see ya. Like I can't with you. It was like what is it? Nails on a chalkboard with him. I swear to God.
You've been such a generous guest. We really appreciate you coming
Thank
on. Do we
you.
have
I
any more
appreciate
questions
it.
for Sydney before we let her go?
No, I just want to let you know I'm not a persuasive essay from here on out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
good.
was-
That's good.
That was
I
great.
wish they
110%.
showed that.
Because that was classic.
Sydney, you gave us 110%, and we appreciate it.
did.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you guys.
Best of luck. We really appreciate you giving us that insider
Thank you.
scoop. It was a lot of fun. And
Thank
take
you.
care. We hope to see you again.
Oh yes, I hope to see you all soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Symbiotica is the supplement brand that I love, and I'm loving the energy I'm experiencing ever since I started on my Symbiotica regimen. Listen, as you get older, or whatever your age, you need to like nourish your body, take vitamins and supplements. And the thing about that stuff, we've talked about it before, they're not all created equal. There's not high quality supplements and vitamins out there. Also, a lot of them just like don't taste good. They're like chalky and gross. It's just like a chore. Not with Symbiotica. Unlike other supplements that can taste chalky, Symbiotica features supplements that taste delicious from their citrus vanilla taste of their vitamin C. Delicious. Magnesium, you need to take some magnesium. I'm not a doctor, but I take it every morning. So
They are formulated with the highest quality ingredients out there. Symbiotica is transparent about how and where they source ingredients to ensure you get the best products possible. Their formulas don't have any seed oils, preservatives, toxins, artificial additives, or quote unquote natural flavors. What we love most about Symbiotica is that they truly have so many different options and offerings for you and your supplement needs. We have literally a little cute berry container, that holds like blueberries in your fridge. We have one on our cabinet and it has the magnesium and the vitamin C both in there. We take them both every single day. They taste good. They feel good. We love Symbiotica.
I personally like to take the metabolic health pills. It helps curb your appetite a little bit. You take it 20 minutes before a large meal. So it kind of helps get your metabolism kickstarted. So it's easier to process and helps with like a little bit of portion control. I also like the brain power. It's delicious and it helps like, I don't know, stimulate your brain.
Yeah, so if you're having a hard time like staying on that supplement regimen, maybe try out Symbiotica. I think it'll help. Feel more energized, alert, and balanced with high quality supplements that work. Head over to Symbiotica.com. That is CYMBIOTIKA.com and use code VIALL for 20% off plus free shipping on your subscription order. Again, that's Symbiotica.com. Use code VIALL for 20% off. Now we all know about Skims. I feel like every time I compliment Nelly's outfit, she's always wearing Skims.
And it's not even just like my outfits that you compliment. It's also like my pajamas. Recently, I got the soft lounge collection that they have, and it is so comfy, cozy. It just feels like absolute butter on your skin. That's the only thing that I want to sleep in, is something that I like don't want to take off in the morning, you know? And that is Skims Soft Lounge collection. I got the Soft Lounge Scoop onesie, and it's perfect for summer because A, she's super cute.
Yep.
She's giving shorts, she's giving body, she's giving flattering, she's giving comfortable. She's giving, I could sleep in it. I could also wear it out to run errands.
Chic.
That's what
We
to
love
hear.
wearing pajamas to run errands, and that's what you get with Skims. And if you're looking for better and deeper sleep, you've got to check out the Skims Soft Lounge Sleep Set. If you haven't gotten on the matching pajama set train, this is your sign.
And ladies out there, if you're trying to give the man in your life a gift that he will absolutely love and appreciate, I know a lot of men complain about their t-shirts not keeping shape or like they're kind of wearing out and they don't keep their hold. Well, the Skims men's underwear and t-shirts, phenomenal. You may never wear another t-shirt again. Truly amazing. Every guy in your life will appreciate you getting him Skims underwear and Skims t-shirts. I promise you. Shop the Skims Soft Lounge collection at skims.com. Now available in extra small to 4X. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you after you place your order. Select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Again, that's skims.com. Damn.
Yeah.
That was giving.
That was great.
That was very giving. Yeah.
Not the sorry, I thought this was Kaylor.
Oh man.
Like, do we buy Aaron? Like, Aaron gives off in the best charming, lovable way, like boy. And it's kind of his get out of jail free card. I mean, like, but the more we're hearing it, is this just like young boyish stupidity, or is this more Machiavellian and like this whole idea? Oh, when he goes in for the kiss, oh, I'm sorry, you were Kaylor. Sydney is describing Aaron basically trying to finger her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apologized and says, "Oh, I thought you were Kaylor."
I think
Who
it's
says that to either Daniella or about like
It's so
who
fun.
says that?
It's fucked for
yeah.
both.
I think
an
it's the
act.
stupidity because him walking into the recoupling, like super excited after clearly hearing fuck
Yeah.
Aaron, like he doesn't see the weight of his decisions, is what
Yeah.
it is.
No.
I do have a question though. Would you, because we were talking earlier about how like these boys are, their vision of a test is a physical test. It's not necessarily an emotional one. Like the way that they're getting to know these women is by kissing on them and dry humping them in bed. Which would hurt more for you to find out? That they had a really
Yeah.
strong emotional connection with someone, or that they were hooking up with someone else the whole time?
Well, I think the name of the game is like have chats and like be open and be vulnerable and talk to these people and see who you connect with. So I think that's like the name of the game. I think
Mhm.
the physical part is like the fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this universe,
Yeah.
I mean, like I get what you're saying in the grand scheme of things. Like an emotional cheat might be more harder to
Mhm.
accept than a physical cheat, and I think everyone's different. You know, I think it's a very situational. I think for Love Island, how strong of an emotional connection can you make in 3 or 4 days with anyone, anywhere?
Yeah,
I don't
true.
care if it's and so the physical is just so like in your face.
Right.
But to that point, it's like had Kordell or Aaron, right, gone, and that's what I was saying before, had they gone to Casa Amor and said, all right, I'm going to test this relationship. It's all about testing the relationship. And let's say he like really talked to, Dea for 3 hours, or he talked to Daniella for 3 hours. Okay, fine. And just like Serena, when she went on her date, she's like, listen, let's talk. Let's get to know each other. Let's find what things we have compatible, we have in common. If Kordell did that, was this like, I really want to get to know you. I'm physically attracted to you. You're gorgeous. And she's like, I want to show you how I'm going to treat you. He could have come back. And like, I'm sure it would have been hard for Serena to handle anything. I mean, bring her back was just a fuck you. But let's say he
Yeah.
didn't bring her back. And he was like, truthful. He's like, listen, I spent a lot of time with this girl and she was beautiful. And if I'm just being totally transparent, there was a connection. There was things that she honestly made me feel that I want to feel with you. But at the end of the day, I thought our connection was stronger and I want to focus on that. Like, he could have done that, right? And honestly, he would have been a king. We would have, like, Love Island
I don't even
Nation would have loved him for it.
I don't even think him bringing her back would have hurt Serena that bad because they were open. I think it's because he was so physical and it was so much in her face and it was so disrespectful, and then to bring her back. But if none of the physical stuff happened, if it was just like chats and talks and whatever, and he was like, I'm going to bring her back because I still want to get to know her. I don't know. And he's like, listen, Serena, like, we never kissed out of a challenge, but like, I find her so interesting. I'm so into her. I want to get to know her more, but also like, I have this strong connection with you. I feel like Serena would have been like, okay, that's like, sure,
That's a good
we're
plan.
open. Let's
Definitely,
do it.
maybe. But
what did she call it when when she came back and gave her whole speech and whatnot? And she was like, you got your little petal letter,
Peckerwet or
like whatever she called
so
it. I was
badass.
dying laughing. No, she delivered that
And the
speech
middle
so
finger,
great.
like
When she licked it and then
But I agree with you,
I
Natalie,
love
fully
her.
that I was like, if there wasn't the physical aspects of it, I do think that she would be a little bit more reasonable about him bringing somebody back.
I think she's definitely pissed at first because she's very much about the disrespect. And I think bringing a girl back is a bit disrespectful. But I do think it would have been easier for her to get over. Because even Serena, that's why she gets so fucking pissed at the guys. You know why she's pissed is because even as mad as Serena is, she still likes the guy. She's still crying. She, like, you know, when you're in these situations, you saw it with Kaylor first. Like, you know, she wants to forgive him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're hurt by someone you care about, like, your instinct is to want to figure out, how do I forgive him? Fine, I'm mad. My instant reaction is embarrassment, hurt, and blah, 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 blah. But once I calm down, is there a path forward? And these guys were feeding Serena all this bullshit, and she was like, maybe, all right, maybe, you know, like, she wasn't going to do the whole Kaylor thing where she's like, I'm going to pretend to give you a hard time, but sleep with you the first night. Serena was going to make fucking Kordell pay for it. I have no doubt. But there was a path forward. You could tell she was seeing a path forward, and only to find out these guys were feeding her fucking bullshit.
So
and that's why she lost her fucking shit because they made her like doubt herself.
They were
or
gaslighting her.
Yeah. You know, they were lying to her and making her think something wasn't real. And then she started, her instinct was to move on. But her heart said, no, listen to these guys, give him a shot. Maybe he didn't mean it. And only to find out that it was all fucking bullshit. That's why she fucking lost it, you know? And rightfully so. And I don't know why anyone watching this shit is supposed to think that, like, she owes him anything, like the opportunity to hump around and fucking do, and especially after talking to Sydney. By the way, I don't even know what movie night is.
Oh, get ready.
It's like watching the video
Times
that they
100.
got times 100.
Yeah.
They
Like
all
unseen
get dressed
footage,
up.
right?
They sit down. They have to
have
pick a
popcorn.
category. Each team has to, like, they either do competitions where they have to answer questions.
Does Aaron not know about this?
I don't know why anybody would go on Love Island having not seen it before. I genuinely don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Like, all these guys are lying.
Yeah, no, and so what they do for movie night is they have the girls and the boys separated, like, all together, but sitting on one side of the lawn and the other side, and they have like little competitions where it's like a race, and then whichever side wins gets to pick a movie clip, and they're titled something different that, like, so it would be like Aaron's feet massage or something, and then the girls would decide, we want to watch that clip, and it would be the whole clip of him kissing her.
I wonder if it's also, or maybe y'all can answer this. Is it stuff that we also as the
Might not
audience
have
haven't seen? Or is it the same?
Maybe.
Sometimes I think it's just extended version. So maybe if we just saw like that tiny clip, they'll show us the whole conversation that was had that usually didn't see
are
it.
we going to see, I'm sorry, this was Kaylor when they're in bed snuggling.
I hope so.
Like, you gotta show that. This is why it's on fucking Peacock. You know? So they can show all the X-rated shit that they couldn't show on CBS.
No, I hope so.
ABC.
Because that would.
But it wasn't originally on CBS, Love Island USA. But also, segue to Bachelorette. Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. I cannot wait. It's such a great show.
Movie night is it's the best episode.
Yep.
Question before we move on to Bachelorette. I am fascinated by these guys. And I just wonder, is it because we now live in a world where, like, situationship is the most common, like, relationship status? I know men throughout history have not seemed to demonstrate that they understand women in general. And I'm not here to act like I fucking know everything. But over the years, I've learned a thing or two. And that is, like, not to, like, you know, share in front of a woman's face. Here's a story. Nally knows. We have a friend, and this friend, very good with the ladies, and he started hanging out with someone, really cared about them, and they've been and they moved in. They were like moved in. They've been hanging out. But they're still kind of officially unofficial, even though they're like moving in.
Pretty official to me.
And our friend was just like, well, their friend this person has to go out of town for a period of time. And so he was like genuinely like, I think I'm just going to like tell her like to spread her wings and try things out.
Oh, no.
Like date other people.
And Nally and I were laughing at him, being like,
You live together.
do you think that sounds like a favor to her?
You're living girlfriend.
You think she's gonna say thank you so much?
Like, you know what? You want me to
pass.
date other people? Like, you want me to spread my
nice.
wings?
Do I come back to this apartment after?
Yeah.
That's
I think we
wild.
set him straight. But like, point is, and this is a guy who is again comfortable around women. He's suave. He's got the riz, as they say. But he gave he was being genuine to us about like talking through his feelings. And I'm like, do you not know that this is not going to go well for you? And
Yeah.
it's like he had no idea. And it was kind of crazy to me that like, how is it just because like with situationships, all these guys act like, everyone just wants to
No.
fuck around and figure it out?
Right. It's like until you have a label, all rules.
What am I, a
are gone.
roommate? I live
Yeah.
with you, most likely sleep with only you. That makes no sense. It actually frightens me how much
Exclusivity.
emotional intelligence is at like an all-time rarity, because I'm just like, I feel like if you understood that like, hey, we're going to sign a lease together, I'm only sleeping with you. I'm assuming you're not bringing other women to your apartment to be like, hey, it's Lucy. It's Lucy's hour.
Yeah.
Could you vacate the premises?
Yeah,
Like that's your girlfriend.
Well, yeah, it's like saying that you're falling in love with someone and then still
Messing around.
needing a test.
But this is
Yeah.
the new norm, like hookup culture and fuckboys and just this non-committal, this whole
Yeah.
like, you can be talking about moving in with someone and still not have a label.
like having your cake and eating it too. It's
Aren't we so glad we're out of the game?
Oh, thank God.
So glad we're married.
Ugh,
Out of the
but-
game.
I might get scary out there, and I feel bad for people.
But it
'cause
was-
I would be
Like,
I would
no,
just
it sounds
be
so
spinning around in
scary.
circles.
But some of it isn't always like our friend cares about this person, and it was just like genuinely thinking this was the move.
Is he pretty but not very bright?
No, I mean like
Was it Tom Schwartz?
no one,
The whole time I was like,
no one you guys
describing him.
know.
Yeah.
No one you guys know. He's not an idiot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It was like a genuine.
It was like, I'm gonna do this for her, like she's gonna go out of town for a while. Like, why not? Like, yeah, she should like see other people.
And he
you know,
actually
why-
didn't know. Like he had no
This
inkling that
person's
it'd be
like
wrong.
in their mid to
Oh.
late 20s, and like
Okay.
Was he planning on seeing other people too, or just giving her the
Right,
pass
was
to
this
go?
his way?
unclear. And maybe there's an element of like, fuck, man, if she's gonna be gone doing this thing and
wants
like
freedom.
whatever. And
Are we
and-
traditionalists for
like-
believing in monogamy?
I
But
don't.
we were like,
Fucking pilgrim?
y'all are living together. Like y'all are together.
I'm like,
and
she's
like,
not gonna appreciate this.
it's a trip.
The way my feelings would be so hurt if Connor was like, hey, you're going to New York for a week. Have fun.
Maybe you should
Do
just
what-
like see
spread
other
your
people.
It was a
Wings.
longer
Yeah.
trip. I think it was like a month or something. Or I don't know. She's like going to Europe or
it's fucked.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's now situationships. I feel like when I was like younger, it was all like exclusive. It's like before you were going to be boyfriend and girlfriend or like officially dating, it was
Like the steps.
Work.
That's
Exclusive.
what
Yeah.
Nick said to me. We were exclusive before boyfriend and girlfriend.
We were.
Yep.
I'm a hypocrite. So
I do think living
what's the
together is
difference?
but
more.
that's good. I mean, that's better than like I love you, but
Did I
we're
really?
still gonna
We were seeing other people, and you were like, I think we should be exclusive and stop seeing other people. And I was like, okay, cool. And then
but a week later, I think we were as boyfriend.
I was going to say, how quickly
Yeah.
after did the labels
I don't know
come?
if you actually ever like officially were like, will you like be my girlfriend?
I don't know if it was
Wait a
said like
second.
that.
Your
Oh, wait a
relationship
second.
wasn't
I'm
official
like,
until
Did
you were
you go
Are
from
we not-
exclusive to engaged?
Are we
You
not-
were never boyfriend and girlfriend? You never asked me?
No, hold on. But like, I do
How did
remember.
we get engaged?
I remember you going to Puerto Rico. I remember losing my mind.
But you, yeah,
Worst
but you,
night ever.
but you never were like, hey, will you be my girlfriend?
I don't know if I actually did that, but I definitely.
But you did say, I'm in love with you.
Yes.
And let's be exclusive.
Wait, did you say that you're falling in love with her before you guys were exclusive?
No, I was on the phone and I said I need to
Are
tell
you Aaron?
No, I'm a hypocrite. I said I need
no.
to tell you something. And then she goes, "What, do you love me?" And I said, "Yes, of course."
breezed over
Yes,
that.
of course.
Were you all mousy about it? Like, I have to tell you
I
something.
remember exactly where I was. I was opening my fridge.
Oh,
I was looking through my fridge when she asked me that question.
What were you looking for?
I don't remember.
He does like to cook.
I
So
do
you were
like
with
to
his
cook.
importance.
But I was looking through my fridge when I was on the phone with you. But yeah, then I was just like, and then you came out and some stuff, and
okay, what the fuck?
and then when you left, we were in a relationship.
Yeah, no, I know how it went down. I'm just saying, like, I don't think the words, like, will you be my girlfriend, ever happened.
Maybe not. Are we even together?
Oh my God. Like, are we married?
It's like we're married, but we're not boyfriend.
we're married, but we've never dated.
Yeah.
Like, how did we get here?
But we live together.
But we live together.
But we live together. Yeah. I just wanted you to like spread your wings.
For sure.
Oh, no.
Crazy.
Well, I cannot wait for movie night. All right, it's Bachelorette time. All right. It is tough going from fucking Casa Amor to night one. You know, it's like the biggest drama was a guy claiming that another guy drove his fake car.
Well, I have to say, you
Real
guys
talk.
did it wrong because you can't watch Love Island and then go into Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I like binge watched
I
Love
did the
Island,
opposite.
and then the next day I was like, clear palette. I'll do some Housewives, and then I was like, all right, tonight we're sitting down and we're gonna watch The Bachelorette,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Oh,
I loved it. I
Love?
loved Jen.
What was your favorite part?
All of it. All of it. I haven't been this excited. I think Joey's season really got me excited again. And then this season, I don't know. I liked the men. I liked the range of personalities. I liked that I didn't know, like, I was rooting for one guy at one point, and then I'd be like, no, I fucking hate him.
Who's your fave?
Okay, well, I was actually disappointed with Aaron because that's who I wanted to
Which
be
one's
my
Aaron?
He
fave.
was just
Noah's
Noah's brother.
He was just
Okay.
a little boring. He didn't like have any shtick out of the limo.
And then Sam M, I liked in the beginning. I don't really that much. He kind of reminds me of Jordan Rogers.
Oh, the guy who had the,
The
first,
cowboy.
first impression.
He got
rose?
the first impression.
He does
first
get
kiss.
some Jordan
I don't
Rogers.
like
Right?
him at
Like-
all.
He looks like Johnny from Karate Kid. Dating myself. Maybe you guys watch Cobra Kai.
No,
Oh,
he
I
does.
love
I did
Karate
watch
Kid.
Karate Kid, yeah.
He gives like the evil the villain in 1980s rom com.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard him talk, I was like, he's gonna be the villain.
She did say that.
I was also like, he's
Yes.
probably going to win.
He did say shot o'clock.
or be
though.
Bachelor.
No.
They all said shot o'clock.
I don't think
Two
he's
of
He's
them
got
did.
he has so many range. He could either be villain, he could win, or he could be the next Bachelor.
Well,
That's why he reminded me of Jordan
Right.
Rogers because Jordan Rogers was the villain and also won.
I think
I
he's
was
gonna
the
be the
villain, and
villain.
I was eventually the Bachelor.
There
so,
you go.
There you
it
go.
doesn't, the villain on the
I think
Bachelorette.
he's going to be the villain, make it to final two, and then be the Bachelor.
I think he's going to be the villain and not make it to Final Four.
Oh.
and not be the Bachelor.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't. Maybe.
I feel like I've seen this character before, so that's why I'm like,
Yes, he's
I
a very.
And we know Bachelor loves to repeat their
loves this
And
character.
the
Tropes.
Bachelorette first impression rose
It's a big deal.
is usually a huge deal.
Who'd you give your first impression rose to?
Rachel Lindsay.
Aw.
And she made it to final
And
3 or 4.
Final 3, and that
Yeah.
was like one of the worst, based off of getting the first impression rose performances. Usually, first impression rose wins
Mm.
for the Bachelorette.
Well, and then
But I don't think that's going to happen here.
I liked the love version. I thought he was cute.
the love
Where
virgin.
he came in going, I'm a virgin of love.
See, that one gave me a
He
little
rolled
bit
up
of
to
red flag.
he rolled up to the wrong villa. I was like, you're not supposed to be here.
What's up?
But he was cute.
Well, then we had eggplant theory be fully exposed on this first episode with the
What?
I forgot about that.
eggplant theory with the Jeremy rolling up in the sports
Yeah,
car,
the
and then he
Corvette.
made the
Oh,
joke about
eggplant
his own
theory,
penis
yes.
and not
You can say penis on the
overcompensating.
show. We won't bleep it.
He said, yeah. Why did he say penis?
I don't know. Out of anything, I literally
He
thought
could've just said
I thought he
dick.
said the C word
I know.
because
Like,
that one's actually explicit.
who says
But
penis anymore?
and then we had what is his name? Brian, who was kind of like
Ugh.
quiet douche, and then he comes in with that whole sports car thing, and you made me like Jeremy based off of him not reacting to Brian standing over him in the car with the car keys. That scene was so awkward.
Which
That
one
was
is
so
the
weird.
Which one did you
aesthetic?
hate?
Which one is the aesthetics guy that I said when we were doing bios that I hated him?
Oh, the
Yes, the guy who loves Botox.
who loves Botox?
He was obnoxious as hell this entire episode.
Brian was the aesthetics person.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so
Brian,
shadow
right?
clock. So that's the asshole.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
hold on.
asshole. I literally was like, I fucking hate this guy. I read his bio. I was like, I fucking hate this guy. Turns out, I hate this guy.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate as fuck. Well,
I
he
knew I'd hate him.
was awful
Yep.
and made me actually feel bad for Jeremy with the sports car.
Why did you feel bad for Jeremy?
Because Jeremy's having his moment with Jen, and then all of a sudden the alarm keeps going off, so he's already immediately fucking with him and locking the car door, and then he walks up, stands over him, and like opens the car door and is pretty much like, your
and
time's
acts like
up,
it's his
buddy.
car too.
Yeah.
Which is random.
And
But-
then
Do you? It's clearly who's the guy who
It's
brought
Jeremy's car.
Jeremy.
It's Jeremy's
Is it?
Corvette.
the car? Is it though?
It
Yes.
could be.
He
Isn't
said
he from
brought
New
it
York?
He said he shipped it over.
Yeah.
regardless, it's his prop. So like
Yeah.
call it what it is. I'm like, it's that like demanding your like authority over this guy and then saying, get out of the car, it's my turn. And then the guy was like, can I just get like 5 more minutes? And he was like, no, you're done, get out. And I was like, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
I thought the weird part was
Ew,
him
yeah.
acting like it was his car.
Yeah, and
That was weirder to me.
It's also like
He
a
didn't re- I
turn
mean,
off.
Oh,
She
for
knew
sure. I
it
would have
was
immediately
Jeremy's.
sent him home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Feeling like men need to like establish their dominance. And I'm like, that's not cute peeing on a hydrant. Like,
This isn't cute at all.
no.
I
Because
don't
of-
think either of them look good.
yeah.
I didn't think he didn't look good, but
You have a point. It might not be his car.
it's definitely not his car.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter.
That's not the point.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That's not what we're arguing. He brought it as his prop. It's like if someone was eating the peppers.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh my god.
that's my food. I brought that. Like, what are you doing?
somebody comes out with toilet paper wrapped around their
I
head,
know,
being like,
right?
me too. Like,
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's not really his.
Jeremy was cute though because he did it, and Jen came in with a go-kart, right? So it's kind of like a callback to like what she did.
Sure. No,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, great entrance.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like none of it. It's none of.
He
I don't-
rented it just to drive here.
What
no,
was your
the show.
favorite-
I'm sure. Yeah, the show got it for him. I'm sure he was like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "I'd
Again,
love to
it's
drive."
not
that
about
doesn't
the car
matter.
if he owns
Why
the
doesn't that
car.
matter?
Because
it's
it's
not-
just his prop.
It doesn't matter.
Grant came
It's,
out with
I
one
know.
too.
You
it's
said
Brian. It's Brian being like, get out of this car.
Thank
It's
you.
mine.
Listen, I'm not
And
arguing
he
that
stole the
he's not a
keys.
douchebag for doing what he did. I get that.
But it's like, we know the guy that comes in like a horse carriage or on the horseback didn't ride in on a horse. Obviously, that's a part of like who he is or part of his package. It's not like, oh, well, he's a horse farmer, so he brought his own horse from Texas.
And we'd also say the guy with the horse, he brought his horse. Like we would say
That's his
that.
identifier.
So is it like I get the standing over and like I'm not gonna leave and yada yada, but like let's say he didn't interrupt him. Is it and he went and brought Jen to Jeremy's car allegedly, and got into it and fucked around with it?
Weird.
That would be weird.
It's
That is
not his
weird, yeah.
prop. It's weird. Why would you get in someone else's
What if
shit?
he did something funny? I don't. Why?
He's not funny.
he's
I
not
know
funny.
he's
He's not charming.
He has zero. He can't do an expression. He has so much Botox.
I was so mad when he got a rose.
Same.
Mm.
I feel like it's gonna. I mean, he's
He's too
definitely.
washed.
He's obviously
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
villain.
villain. Yeah.
He's obviously like super outspoken and and like not afraid to stir up drama. So he's gonna be around for a while. Unfortunately for me, but
What
Who
do
were
we
your favorites?
I didn't really have any.
What do we think of Jonathan? He
Is
was
that-
the one that came in wrapped with his face and said like it's about not my looks but my personality.
Right, and then like they have a conversation for 4 minutes.
I
and
wanted
then
him
he
to be
shows
stunning,
his face.
he was
he was
attractive.
cute.
super handsome. I wanted like Tyler Cameron
Mm.
face. I wanted like
Model.
Right, if you're gonna do that,
Yeah.
you gotta be
I wanted-
really hot.
To be fair, I'm like, I do feel like I was pleasantly surprised. So even then, I couldn't rate him on like a 1 to 10 comparing him to the other guys. So when he took it off, I was like, okay, here we are.
super attractive
Yeah.
guy. I wanted like a halo over his face where it was just like model.
But you could
hot.
tell that it wasn't. I mean,
I love-
from the little bits that you could see. I knew I wasn't expecting that much.
But
Yeah,
I,
but if Tyler Cameron wrapped his face, you'd be like, maybe he's good looking,
He's
maybe
got
he's
some
not.
really pretty eyes.
okay.
Kaylor.
My favorite was Hakeem.
I actually really liked him too.
Yeah, I know he's not
he's
gonna
so
win.
awkward in the beginning but with the balloons.
The balloons.
Yeah, he's cute and charming
And
and,
he's got
funny.
the best facial expressions.
But by the end of it, yeah, no, I was like, when he kept going, I hope my name gets called. I go, I do
yeah,
too.
and he commented on the ghosting comment.
Mm-hmm.
He
Do
was
we
just
know
like, what the fuck?
Jen's type, it seems very unclear. She also kind of like hates maybe like, and also like they do the whole preview like they did with Joey. I hope there's more drama. That it was kind of she's like, I can't get engaged to you, and then she walks into some other person's hotel room.
And then her ex comes back or something.
Oh, that's right. Her ex
Uh-huh.
Oh, right.
allegedly comes back.
I'm going to guess
Yeah.
that Sam is her type because she liked
First
him from the
impression?
second that he walked up and then gave him the first impression rose and was like, I was thinking about him all night. So I'm like, something tells me.
She did do an
Mhm.
interview and spoke about how she did comment on the lack of Asian men in the cast.
did she send home any Asian men first night?
No.
No. And there was a lot of
Well, 'cause,
clips of
like,
one of the
I thought that her first chat with Thomas N was really awesome. Like they really had a lot in common.
About
And I
their
liked his
parents?
limo entrance also. Yeah, about
if
their
you're-
immigrant parents.
He seems like a sweet guy,
Mhm.
and I don't think she's interested in him at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm really curious who she is into. I really like the Army Ranger, but that's just me.
Marcus?
Thanks for serving our country. He also had the first limo entrance, which
He did.
is always important.
like a classic.
Well, whoever comes out of the limo first typically is
Makes
like a
it for
top
it.
4.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because keep in mind how they exit the limo in real life isn't how it's aired.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
They're-
order of it.
right.
Yeah.
I liked that they did the Truth or Dare game, and I wanted to see way more of it than was shown.
Yeah, I
It
thought
was
we were
really
getting a little.
short.
I thought we were getting a little Love Island. I thought we were
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's get some fucking messy night one. And then they
Yes.
just like some guy did the splits.
Then the guy who flashed
Brett did
them
the
like got
splits.
sent home.
Who the biggest? Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Brett
that,
also got sent home.
that underwear he was wearing.
He did that for nothing. Oh, also the underwear.
The
yeah.
tiger underwear.
Like Ethica or
Do you
whatever
think
it is.
he like is like it's his lucky underwear? Like what made him night one of the Bachelorette? And keep in mind, when night one of the Bachelorette, like you have 3 or 4 days to sit in a fucking hotel room. I literally did this. I literally did this in my hotel room. I practiced sitting in my chair and I practiced getting up and walking to Andy. And I was like trying to simulate getting out of a car. My point is you have 3 fucking days to do nothing but
Yeah.
think about getting out of this fucking limo, right?
No,
And
you're so right. He bought
Did
that
you
in high
pick
school
your underwear?
and kept it.
you think about everything.
Really?
I like to
So
think
that man picked out that underwear for that night.
He got those from Tilly's in high school and he won
No.
some basketball game and now he's 24 and he was like, yep, this one.
I don't
those
have
are
a
in
pair
really
of
good
lucky
shape
underwear.
for that. I was gonna say I like the idea of him getting ready before going, and he's like listening to like "You're gonna hear me roar" and
Anna,
like putting
Eye
on
of
his
the Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, he was
Literally.
playing Eye of the Tiger.
Wait, does anybody have like a lucky thing that they do or take or put on before a big event
No.
or a ritual?
No,
No.
be kind to myself.
Oh.
You've got this, girly.
Protect my peace.
Give
Yeah.
Nick a smoocher.
There you go.
No.
Good luck, kiss.
A good luck kiss. Yeah.
No, but he thought of that. That was a choice.
Do you think he
made.
was embarrassed then when they were like, you got a flash? And he was like,
Oh no, my underwear.
he's like,
He was considering it. He was like, "Fuck. Okay, I gotta do it. I gotta do it."
Can you imagine if he's like, I'm just gonna like go full? He took off his underwear with his pants because he was too embarrassed to show his underwear.
Honestly, yeah.
Who made the creative decision to use the rose instead of a black box and or blur?
it was kind of cute.
For the,
I don't know. I kind
for
of wanted the black
Jonathan?
box. Kind of.
Yeah, the rose felt like
A little
Oh,
tacky.
for the gurney patient?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Jonathan.
gurney
It felt very
patient.
like I don't know, not ABC.
So his ass was just out all night.
Yeah.
That's so bold.
Wolfie has a nice one.
Hey, we're running
Also,
the
like,
rose.
why ABC? Just if a guy make him get naked. He clearly wasn't naked. He kept his tiger underwear on and he ran back
For
and
the
forth.
flashing, yeah.
Yeah, they made it
Yeah.
seem like he was naked and he clearly wasn't.
There's like new rules and regulations these days too. They're probably like, we can't make him feel uncomfortable and sexually exploit him because he could sue us for harassment.
Oh,
Or make
True.
Jen uncomfortable.
true.
That too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So-
I also don't want to see a soft penis.
Nobody
flailing,
wants to.
I can
so.
assure you that they did not care about that when I was the Bachelor.
Times were different.
Times were different.
And then you've got Mose saying that he ghosts women all the time and then just
Yeah, really
Was it
threw that out there.
leaving that there.
Did
Red
he
flag.
get ghosted?
The
Essentially?
I hope so.
the math teacher. He's like, ever ghosted anyone? He's like, oh, of course. and he just gets
All the
tagged in the group
time.
all the time for sure. No problem. He
No.
went home.
he did.
Obvious. I mean, I would have sent him home right then and there.
So who are our top 4? I have no idea.
I think the Virgin makes it far just for the fact that the teaser at the end is him saying I love you and then everybody getting mad being like, you don't know what love is.
Yeah.
So he makes it far enough.
And that's Sam N.
Yeah.
He's kind of a red flag for me. I'm not gonna lie.
He is. He definitely is.
Yeah.
he's the love virgin.
Yeah.
No, he's the
He's-
one who got cheated on by his girlfriend.
No, he's
Sam
never been in a
N.
Sam N.
relationship and he's never been in love.
Oh.
Which
but
one
he's
are-
not a virgin.
Which one do you like, Sam N or Sam M?
N.
N.
Pam
Nebraska.
or Pan? Is
N
it Pan?
or N is in Nancy or M is in Mary?
He makes it far though, I think.
M is the blonde one and N
M is the one who got the first impression rose.
Yeah, Em got the first impression rose.
was Sam N the one that brought puppies?
No, that was
Thomas A.
Thomas A.
There's-
Has that ever been done before?
bringing puppies.
Honestly, genius.
Yeah, well, he also
doesn't
he's the
love
one who does the pet
puppies?
portraits, right?
Oh, yeah, he was.
that
Let me see.
tracks.
Oh, he's.
Does anyone else like Spencer? Where did he go? Spencer seems is kind of nice.
I liked Spencer.
Yeah, I like Spencer.
I don't remember him.
He's the mama's boy.
Nope.
I think they need to hire the people who cast for Love Island for the Bachelorette.
I honestly really liked Devin, but I mean, the previews show that he's going to get into some drama.
The previews don't.
You don't think so?
They take things out of context.
For sure.
The super tease, which is what we're all referring to,
Yeah.
is often very misleading.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
also literally so on script. I mean, it's like I just have to tell you, there's guys here for the wrong reasons, and then
I'm not
give the speech. If
Her
you're here
sitting
for the
at the
wrong reasons, you
end,
can
yeah.
go. It's just so like, we've got to give them something new.
They're still doing the never done before thing
Yeah.
right now because now
Well,
she's
Bye.
going to Australia.
No, you know what? Maybe. So her ex comes back,
They've
Yeah.
done that,
Done
haven't
that.
they?
but,
Nope.
but have they ever ended up with the ex?
He ran her up.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I was a runner-up.
There you go.
Yeah.
But it's also like that we've never done this before. We're
Well, I wasn't
shipping
an
you to
expert.
Australia.
Right away.
Yeah.
Okay, sucks for whoever gets voted off night 2. The long ass
Right,
fucking
I was thinking
flight.
about that too. Would you rather get sent home night 1
Australia.
and find out that they could go to Australia, or get sent home week 2 after you basically are there for 3 fucking days and you
You
don't
flew for 2 of them.
yeah, and you get to go on one group date and get no attention from the Bachelorette, and rest assured that's a middle fucking seat they're all sitting in.
Australia.
Australia.
Free snacks on the plane.
I was gonna say
Snacks.
You would do it for
It depends what airline
First of
you're
all,
on.
yeah. First of all, we flew United to the lake house. What the fuck are those snacks?
Wait, what were they? The little pretzels?
It's
Natalie
like
through Delta and bought the snacks when we got home. She loved the
the
fucking-
honey mustard
Delta.
pretzels.
There you
And
go.
Delta knows what's
Oh,
up.
honey mustard pretzels are so
the
good.
little the like gummies that Delta has. All of Delta's snacks are like top fucking tier.
Uh-huh.
United has like some weird pretzel like it's like Chex Mix but not, you know.
Southwest does that too, yeah.
And then it's some sort of like quinoa chocolate crisps.
Oh yes,
No.
I love that.
And then like a fruit bar.
Airplane snacks are like grandma candy. You
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah.
I
it's
love
like
when
the
they
type
give you
of
a
candy
bar.
that you're like, who makes this, and why is this at TJ Maxx? You know, and you're just like,
That is
TJ Maxx
They're
Yeah,
buying
yeah.
it. They're buying it at TJ Maxx. 100%.
and it's like those like strawberry candies that are like like weirdly
They're
stale.
stale,
You're like,
yeah.
why do they
Weird-ass
make
granola.
these?
Yeah.
Like, why can't they just get regular candy?
But you're,
Regular candy's
but you're
cheap.
starving. You're so hungry. And you're like, I'll have the pretzels, I guess. And they're all stale. And you're just, it's the worst.
TJ Maxx has those rice roll things. You know what I'm talking
It's
about?
like the airline industry and grandma figured
And
out
grandma.
like or they're the only people who buy like this obscure type of snacks or food that normally no one ever buys ever anywhere for any other purpose.
But not Delta.
No.
What is Delta's like even?
Delta's now like pairing with like John and Vinny.
They had, I had John and Vinny's meatballs at Delta
Yep.
on the way to New
Yep.
York.
Great short
Okay,
rib.
but if you're not in first class, what are the snacks?
Pistachios, the like green ones, like
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you pistachios.
Gummy they give you
bears.
chocolates. They give you barbecue chips or some sort of
Oh
like
yeah.
sun chip or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's sun chips.
It's all brands you recognize.
Yeah. You know that shit.
Delta for first class, they have that too for long flights. They have like a little front area where you can just go and grab snacks.
Where were we going where we were on a flight and they had that in the middle? That's elite.
Oh, because I finish my snacks before we take
And
off.
the way that I have to be like, can I please have 2? Like, now I sound like a fat ass. Like, let me just go up there while no one's looking at me and grab 4 bags of chips and sit back
Yeah.
down.
Would you like a whole can?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well,
Like,
I have a question. Okay, if you're flying international or just flying and they're giving a meal, do you wake each like what's
You
the
don't
etiquette?
fucking eat
No,
it.
you don't eat airplane
fucking eat
food.
it at all. You don't eat airplane
unless it's
food.
John and Vinny's
I
meatballs,
was
you
gonna
do
say,
not eat
first class
airplane
Delta.
food.
I ate
Because
the food.
no, you don't. Because Delta just put emergency landing 12 people in the fucking hospital
Because of the
why?
food?
because of yes, they all got fucking food poisoning from the food on the airplane.
Are we sure it's
Mm.
Delta?
Look it up, Delta. Sorry, Delta, love ya, but what the fuck? Where are they making that food?
The microwave.
What do they say about airplane
No.
water? You don't drink the airplane coffee because
You
they
can't
make
drink the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Delta.
But I do that too.
No, when they wake us, like when we are lucky enough to fly first class, there people they always come before you start the flight. They're like, "Will you be having?" No, like really? I'm like, absolutely not. The only time I ever ate was the John and Vinny meatballs. You don't eat airplane food.
I eat
The
airplane
way
food.
people get
They're like, "You
so
want the
excited about
the
their
lobster-
TV dinners.
You don't
the
eat
lobster bisque and the
I love
and the
it.
salad with the cookie and cream. It's like that.
It's a
Where
TV
did you
dinner.
pull that out of?
I love
What cabinet is up there that you're pulling this food out of?
Wait,
No,
do you,
like, that's what I'm saying. You got these people are spending $2,000 or whatever the bullshit it is to fly first class. They're probably mostly like executives or whatever, and they get so fucking excited about what is essentially a TV dinner.
I love
Just
it.
eat before. Just eat. Like get on your way. Time it out where you have a whole meal. Or
Get the snacks.
yes, if you're flying to New York, get fucking Shake Shack when you get off the flight.
Read the article. What is how many? It was they did emergency landing because like people got fucking sick.
It says Delta's food safety team has engaged our suppliers to immediately isolate the product and launch a thorough investigation into the incident. This is not the service Delta is known for, and we sincerely apologize.
Because
but
what
basically,
happened?
let me find
Yeah,
it.
we love Delta.
I love
And we didn't have
Delta.
this problem because we're smart enough not to eat the fucking food.
It says
like just
I love airplane food.
when a
what?
I do. I also love hospital food.
No, listen.
When a flight heading from Detroit to Amsterdam with 277 passengers on board diverted to New York after crew members learned that some of the meals served in economy passengers were spoiled.
That's a 2.5 hour flight. In less than 2.5
also
hours,
said
they were shitting
And
themselves
economy
so much they had to
And
land.
allegedly moldy food from the flight.
Oh.
The airline has not confirmed those photos and said that they were investigating it.
So you think they're giving economy moldy food, but first class?
Maybe.
If it's sandwiches,
It's all the same. It's coming from the
Nope.
same place.
Nope.
It's all coming from the same cabinet.
Nope.
Up at the front.
when you get your menu for economy flying, you get offered a sandwich. You get offered, like, you don't get offered
Pre-made
hot
stuff.
food.
But where is it all? There is not
The
a
same
kitchen
fridge.
on a flight.
No, there's like a yogurt parfait.
They
or
have like a thing.
It's still TV dinners.
It's
Again.
TV dinners, yeah.
To each their own.
I love it. And
I
I love the
can't.
little bread rolls and the margarine
love
and the
you, Leia.
butter.
You're adorable. Like, I'm like,
And I did get
Crazy.
food poisoning on a 15-hour flight.
You did? So there you go. Yeah.
And she said, I'd do it again.
Yep. Some
Like,
really
the-
nice man
the
gave me his
miracle
first
flight
class
is
seat.
already incredible. We do not need to be serving gourmet meals.
We don't. Keep it to snacks.
Yeah, keep it-
I did find out you can bring like full-on meals through TSA recently.
Yes, you
So
can
might as well
bring
just bring
food.
it.
You cannot bring
Yeah.
a drink, but
But you can bring like a
food.
Tupperware.
Like a
You
hot
can,
meal, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
can
might as well
bring
just bring your own
snacks and
food.
stuff.
Absolutely. And just
Yeah.
have them microwave it. If you fly first class,
There you go.
just be like, hey, can you warm this up?
No, but also airports have great food.
Expensive though.
Leia, they do not.
I love going to the airport.
What
I
is-
go early and I
I'm like
get
you
my
too,
food,
yeah.
and then I also eat on the plane.
What is going on? Are we the minority here?
Maybe we are.
Maybe.
I love you.
I love when
Yeah.
they're portioned out.
Nothing
And then
ever
your little
tastes
fruit cup.
the quality. It's just like, yeah, it was made in an airport.
I've never been on a
It's
flight
the
long enough to eat a meal,
experience.
so
Mm-mm.
Wow.
yeah.
Well, with
let
that,
us know in the fucking comments. Jesus, we gotta go. We will see you tomorrow for what will be a jaw-dropping, going deeper episode. I cannot wait for you all to hear it. Tune in. I know you wanted to hear from this person for a while. She has a lot to say.
Ooh, you gave a hint.
I gave a hint.
Exciting.
You're not gonna want to miss it. And then Thursday, more reality recap. We'll be talking more Love Island. I'm sure we'll be
Thank
talking
God.
some Bachelorette as well.
Housewives.
Housewives, some New Jersey. You will not want to miss it. Plus, we'll be continuing to talk about the insanity that is airplane food and Leia's first love. Oh my God.
I
Also, super
love it.
excited for you to have your baby so you get this hospital food.
Oh, so excited.
gonna love that, yeah.
So
I
excited.
wouldn't let Natalie eat the hospital food. I went and got every meal out.
Oh,
I left.
nope.
I was
She
like,
wants. She
I
wants it.
want the hospital food.
Yeah.
I want the Jello.
Fuck. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.